Добрый день. Здравствуйте. Как ваше ничего? Все ли у вас хорошо? Так, собственно, всем добрый день, добрый вечер и прочего всего хорошего. Всем, кто успел подсоединиться на стрим. Как я писал в дискордике у себя, хотел посмотреть GDQ, да GDQ идет ночью постоянно. Ночью я последнее время сплю, поэтому не до этого. Посмотрим несколько игр, несколько записей, которые уже выложили. Это будет, наверное, Shovel Knight. Не знаю, интересно ли будет смотреть Katana Zero, потому что я понять не имею, что это за игра. Но вы-то, наверное, знаете. И несколько Марио. А именно 3 штуки. Вроде бы ничего такого еще интересного не было. Насколько я помню. Super Mario World был, но он идет 1,5 часа. Ну, это уже потом ближе к делу решим. А пока у нас будет Shovel Knight. Игра, которую я хотел когда-то спидранить. Как-то не пошло. Не знаю почему. Ждал все какие-то игры чуть получше. Не получилось. Здравствуйте, Миртана. Здравствуйте, Софи. Рад всех вас видеть. Привет успешным бегунцам. Привет, привет, Людвиг. Рад видеть на стриме. Пикселяч, здравствуйте. Ладно, я, в общем-то, пропадаю с экрана. Немножечко посмотрелочек. Стрим, я думаю, сегодня будет как стрим. Не 2 часа, а я думаю, чуть подольше. Я думаю, вы знаете, что за игра это Shovel Knight. Лопата рыцарь.
Joining me is Uranium Anchor for moral support.
Yes, indeed.
Also joining us is Nick Wozniak, principal artist at Yacht Club Games. Woz, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Well, we're gonna play some custom
Какой-то был, в общем-то, GDQ, который
который
проходил с 27 по 30 число. То есть сегодня ночью он буквально закончился только. И по какому поводу он проводился, я не понимаю, потому что, во-первых, было всего 3 дня, да и народу в зале вообще как бы не наблюдалось.
This item's the Infinite Dagger. I'm going to be using it a lot, so if anybody in the audience just wants to pretend that they're on a roller coaster whenever I use that item, that'd be great. But yeah, Woz, you want to talk about Custom Night a little bit? What was it like making that after making the original Shovel of Hope campaign?
Yeah, so Custom Night is sort of a way to do all kinds of...
Тут я как бы уже сам вижу какие-то охренеть какие отличия от тех версий Shovel Knight, которые мы уже смотрели. Потому что какого хрена он вообще летает? Но при этом ран длится гораздо дольше, насколько я понимаю. У него estimate 40 минут. Ну, в принципе, я думаю, нормально. Да, по идее, нормально. В принципе, обычный ран длился минут 38.
Hey, let's make it so that like Shovel Knight can just fly across the screen forever. Why not? You're doing the skip that the Plague Knight usually does.
Какими-то багами забираются наверх. Не, здесь был когда-то типа глич или даже optimization, если так назвать, когда забирались туда через... Блин, через чьи-то шарики, короче, через пузырьки, то есть. А здесь у этого Shovel Knight есть еще какая-то тень. А, Custom Night any percent, то есть это
A little trouble with Black Knight, but,
Кастомный чувак.
I'm
Do you like
sleepy.
doing the custom run more than the
Потому
the
что
traditional
почему
run?
бы нет
I like
сделать
parts of it. The bomb burst and the
этому
shovel
рыцарю
drop-off and stuff is
возможность
really
летать
fun,
через
and
все
I don't know
абсолютно,
why it's
через
so
все, что
fast, but
захочешь.
I'm gonna thank Ian when I return on Tuesday because it's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It was fun putting him in those weird.
А вот
poses,
этого я
but
вообще не помню в
he has a
оригинальном
bomb burst,
Shovel
and
Knight.
if you let it go all the way through, like you're speeding through really fast, but like he's as
Извините.
with his shovel forward, he's like spinning through the air. It was fun animating those weird poses.
I was gonna ask, what's some of your favorite like animations you have done for Shovel Knight? Like, what's a handful of the best?
Some of them are in the amiibo.
И ведь действительно летает через весь экран.
I like his pose when he's doing the Infinite Dagger.
И у него есть какая-то тень, как в Ninja Гайдене, там, втором, третьем.
I really like
Я не помню, в каком именно оно есть.
the other dagger. I don't know if
Во
you ever
втором,
used it,
наверное.
but the Rising Dagger.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember all the names because there's like 30 relics, right? I forget how the final count of relics that you get from unlocking everything, but there's a ton. Yeah, but some of them are in this. I like the animation.
Оказывается,
of
Shovel Knight
the-
есть на
the
Wii
flip
U.
door, but mostly I like the animation of Plague Knight going through that same flip door.
Yeah. Whoop.
Great.
Got hit by the rat. What do I need? I don't need any item here. Aw. If you jump right, you don't get hit by the Blitz Steed. but, hey,
Здоровье у него
stuff
дохренища.
happens.
Летает через все, что хочет.
And let it rip.
Ага. Вот
This
так
really
вот,
just
да?
nullifies a lot of the challenges that you'll find in normal Shovel Knight.
That's half the fun, though.
Какие-то двойные прыжки у него из
I love games
ниоткуда.
that you can break the rules and change everything that's happening.
Наверное, надо было играть в оригинальный Shovel Knight, чтобы понимать, о чем здесь речь идет.
Don't know what's going on with me
Он
today.
типа бьет один раз, и его две тени тоже наносят еще урон. Неплохо сыграно, неплохо сыграно. Сделали какого-то ультимативного рыцаря с лопатой, потому что лопата самое грозное оружие в игре.
Oh, it's
В
here somewhere, I
любой.
promise. Alright, next up is the Lich Yard.
Кроме,
Again, I'm just gonna be
естественно,
using a lot more of the Infinite Dagger and
того
my bomb bursting
самого
through rooms, going at
резинового
lightning speed.
предмета из Сан
AJ, do we
Андреас.
have any donations we could read off briefly?
We absolutely do. We actually have that train has left the station. We got a bunch of $5 donations came in here. Undying Lego
Здравствуй, мистер
says
Пох.
choo choo. Matthew says choo choo, my dudes and dudesettes. Odd Craig X also says woo woo. And
Честно
Dirty
говоря,
Tiger
такое
X
прохождение
says,
не
$5
очень
train,
интересно смотреть.
let's
Я
go.
думал, это будет обычный Shovel Knight,
If you guys want to keep that train going, get those donations
где
coming
будет
in.
платформинг.
So have we explained what this Shovel Knight is? What the custom Knight is?
I don't think we have yet.
The way that you activate this is by when you have the amiibo, you plug it into your. He's using the Wii U for the gamepad, but it works on the 3DS and the Switch as well. You activate Custom Knight, and now every gem that you get adds a little bit of experience points to Shovel Knight. And there's a menu you're not seeing because it's slow, but it lets you customize the look and the color, and it gives you a bunch of new relics for Shovel Knight. Also, this cool, awesome shadow trail that's on Shovel Knight right now is a visual flare that you unlock as well.
Yeah, I do
and
the
there's,
run
like,
with a max
16
level
levels.
amiibo.
You
Так
do
это
what?
даже
Well, I
не
do the run with
сделанный,
the fully
это
leveled
такое
amiibo,
есть
so I
в
have
игре,
everything
оказывается,
together.
как они
You have
объясняют.
everything. You have all the costumes. There's a ton of customizations. A lot of them are visual. A lot of them are really gameplay changing. As you can see, this bomb burst is one of the better ones. Yeah, so it's something that comes with the amiibo. Nicely done.
А еще у них в зале настолько мало народу было на этом GDQ,
что
они даже в Skype кого-то пригласили.
I would just die during this part because it's faster to do so. Since Custom Night has so much health, I can't do that. So it's actually faster for me to just hang out along the top of the screen to kind of catch her as soon as possible. So we do have time for a couple more donations, if we have any.
Oh, absolutely. We have a $50 donation from Patches27. Says, "Hello, Infinidagger." Got a couple more
Вот
donations.
такого я
train
вообще не
donations
помню в
here.
оригинальном Shovel
$25 from
Knight.
Anonymous says, "This is a $5 train with 5 carriages. Choo choo." And another $5 anonymous donation says, "Not really morning here, but still in the train."
Ah. I'm supposed to jump and bomb burst off screen, and sometimes it doesn't want me to jump. I'm sorry.
Will you get another chance?
I will. I will get
Каким-то
several
образом,
more chances.
ивент, который идет... Сколько
Coming
получится?
up next
Всего
we
лишь
have
3 дня.
Exploratorium, which
в
has a few
Америке
global cycles, so what that means is that
собирает
once I enter
больше
the level,
народу,
stuff in the level starts
и...
moving. It
Ладно,
doesn't
насчет
matter as much for
количества
custom night,
людей
but
я не
it's still
особо
something to be aware of.
следил за этим. Но если судить по количеству задоначенных на благотворительность денег, почему-то он все равно обыгрывает очень сильно европейские ESA.
Clockwork Tower for me.
Кто-нибудь может мне это объяснить? Как так происходит?
I don't know if I can say.
Неужели в Америке
like the
живут
battle
гораздо
music
лучше,
with,
чем в Европе?
The Wandering Encounter guys. It's really fun.
Да и евро вроде валюта дороже, чем...
That song is it's called
Чем доллар.
Hyper Camelot. It has lyrics that Jake wrote.
Типа
And they're
Shovel
really
Knight был
amazing,
2 дня назад.
but, they're not in the
То
game,
бишь это
obviously.
был, наверное, первый день всего лишь.
Watching
Может
you
быть,
do this is
второй
like
день
watching it.
этого
It's like
ивента.
a glitch run almost.
A little bit, yeah.
И как бы у них уже собрано 34 тысячи $34,000.
So getting the
Для меня
infinite daggers
слегка
like, at the
странно.
start of rooms is actually pretty difficult because there's like a certain time frame where your input is just like not. It's not that it's not read. It's just that it's mistimed for whatever reason.
I think when we were first developing this, the idea of like a fully customizable knight was something that was like extremely exciting to us. We had some ideas for doing costumes, obviously, and like we wanted the amiibo.
Есть у меня ощущение, что это
functionally
все-таки
cool and more
не
than just,
оригинальный
like,
Shovel
a
Knight.
visual thing, and we had a bunch of ideas going around for how we could do that. Getting pulled out of the air.
Yeah, if you go low enough, you don't
Так, а
get hit
какой,
right there.
интересно,
And then the rest of the
мировой
room is a
рекорд
breeze.
в
Not today, though.
обычном Any%
But
Shovel
yeah, I
Knight?
think when we kind of settled on this idea of like a slowly growing knight that had 50 levels, it was like there's a lot of content.
42 минуты.
we have so many other things to do, but we just really gravitated towards this idea of like really customizing what your character feels like and how he feels when you can bring it over to your friend's house and like your build is like way
Shovel
different.
Knight, Plague Knight,
theirs, and,
Spectre
like, you can
Knight.
play it in
А,
two-player
они еще и в
mode,
принципе
so
разные.
you actually play this multiplayer. I don't know if it would be any faster. I kind of doubt it. But you can play with two custom knights playing with each other, and it's a lot of fun. Because a lot of those relics like
Custom
mess
Knight
with each other.
35
Like, you
минут
know,
мировой
like you
рекорд.
can use those to
И делается
help
это
each other
только
or
на
like
Wii
hinder
U
each
или на
other.
Switch.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fishing
the
rod will
tallies
grab you and
Ага,
throw you.
эксклюзивы,
The dagger,
короче,
you can push
пошли.
people into pits and stuff, so.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Charge blade hits each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we recently have been testing to finish the last bits of Shovel Knight King of Cards, and part of that whole bundle is the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Is we had to play a lot of the legacy content, a lot of the content that was released previous to. Wow, that was scary.
Такое ощущение, что реально Shovel Knight на Wii U отличается от всяких ПК и прочих
We had to like
версий.
test it and go through it again, and so I played a bunch of the game co-op, and playing the game co-op again, just like even vanilla, just not custom night. It's a lot of fun. It's fun to like use the fishing rod to pull each other into pits. It's fun to like have like one person breaks the checkpoint and you just both groan.
Yeah.
Because then you have to like
Как будто
cooperate
бы эта
extra
игра была
hard.
сделана именно для
And
этого
you end up
рыцаря.
killing each other and going back 10 minutes in progress.
My favorite
Yeah.
thing is, what is it, of going off of each other or inadvertently spiking your friend into a pit.
Inadvertently,
Yeah,
sure.
inadvertently, right?
It depends. Are you playing with Mike, in which case it's on purpose?
Yeah, I think me and Alec did a playthrough. We were just like yelling at each other the entire time. We couldn't get past Lost City because we broke 2 checkpoints in a row, then like trolled each other too hard, and both of us fell into the lava.
У него есть перчатка силы. Или как
You're
это
just doing
называется?
so many things right now. It's kind of crazy. Like the amount of inputs that you're doing. It's like hard to keep track of everything. It's hard to like commentate on that, all of what you're doing.
You're telling me, that's why you're here.
That's kind of wild.
Блин, реально, а как она называется?
What is the hardest part of this run?
Перчатка бесконечности?
Buttons or?
Ah, this. This Gobcano right there. That's honestly that is one of the harder parts of the run for some reason for me. I think it's honestly just keeping track of what relic you need to use when, because there's just so many. You can use Infinite Dagger here a bunch, but it might just be faster to do this. Anyway.
Infinite Dagger или Infinity Dagger?
I do occasionally, but a lot of it is the gamepad.
Хотя Infinity это бесконечность. Все правильно.
Bye, Treasure Knight. The orbs are really effective if you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, that's sort of a boss killer.
Yeah.
I blinked. Can you do it again?
No. Like honestly, the hardest thing for me is I'm so used to the relic order from regular Shovel Knight that I get confused when things aren't in the same spot they are when I'm trying to quick swap with the shoulder buttons.
Yeah, I see that.
So a lot of the times I end up having to look down while I'm platforming and be like, oh yeah, that item.
Слушайте,
like right now.
Мне даже интересно посмотреть. Я вот реально в упор не помню, чтобы в Shovel Knight был вот такой выбор уровня. Хотя первый уровень был очень схожий. Ну, точнее,
This audio is
наверное,
great. I really
такой
enjoy
же.
this song. Working with Jake is great because like he's really great at what he does. He's like he's better at his job than like I am at mine, and then hearing his work on this game and on the game's following has been really a huge joy.
I'm excited for people to hear all the other stuff he's been doing.
Yeah, I can't wait. There's a ton. I always forget that like because we've been working
Нет,
for
смотрите.
so long that like.
Все то же самое.
Sorry, it's so stressful to watch you do this and talk about stuff.
Просто немножечко
You're, like,
более крутой, более офигенный
but, yeah,
рецепт.
we've been working on the game for so long that I feel like it's just like the part of common knowledge in my brain. Like, oh yeah, this is what like the airship song sounds like, but like no one's ever heard that before. So people are like really excited. I hope. I'm excited for people to hear it. I'm excited for everybody to be able to talk about the same stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, if you're too early there, you get hit by the fireball. If you're too late there, you also get hit by the fireball. So the fact that I bonked the wall was actually a blessing.
Wow. Good job. That was really scary.
Eh.
Можно сказать, совсем другая игра получается.
Not my best, but it'll do. All right, another
Вообще у
dream
него
sequence
должны
coming
быть и
up. So if we have more
апгрейды, и прочая
donations, now's
фигня
the time.
какая-то, которая,
We got a
на
couple
которую
here.
ты
We got
должен
Earl 9
накопить
donated $50.
по ходу
Says,
рана,
$5 train with some extra cars.
позже пользоваться этими апгрейдами, конечно же, потому что апгрейды
$25
нужны для
donation
того,
from
чтобы
Must Be Tuesday Music.
было легче,
Said,
было лучше,
Thank
было
you,
круче.
Munchkubas, for all your help coordinating my run with Mega
Опять кто-то падает с неба.
You were so calm and supportive and made everything so much easier. Wishing the best of luck on your run.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and performing. The piano was great last night.
And we also got $10 from Cupo Joe. Shout out to Waz and the Yacht Club crew for making such a great game series. And of course, GDQ for making these great events happen.
Hey, Cup of Joe.
And lastly, a $10 donation from Anonymous says, 2 seats on the train, please.
All right, next up is Stranded Ship, which is actually one of my favorite levels. for whatever reason in like every
А если
category,
так
this
посмотреть, то
level ends up being
даже
pretty technical.
с вот
It has a
такими
lot
вот
of really fun
приколами,
tricks that just make you
которые
feel,
сейчас есть
like,
у этого
good at
данного
platforming. It
кастомного
doesn't happen very
рыцаря,
often.
You're not going to Hall of Champs? Really?
игра проходится не намного быстрее.
Oh, right. Speedrunning, yeah.
Он типа
I'm
пролетает
not
весь
at work,
экран,
boss. I don't have to do everything
без
today.
всякого платформинга,
Yes, we're gonna play the whole game,
практически.
please. What if it crashes?
It's an old build.
Даже если сравнить по мировым рекордам, они отличаются на 7 минут.
Ooh.
У одного 35, у другого 42 минуты. На данный момент он уже, наверное, ну, минутки на 2 опережает, но тем не менее.
I love you can skip over all of these bird statues, right?
Yes.
Oh no! I spoke too soon.
No, it's okay. The downfall is your bomb burst takes a little bit to charge, and unfortunately I had mistimed my button presses. Come on. There we go.
You should add the pogo back into Plague Knight somehow.
Be fun.
It's really cool to see the charge burst into the bounce. It's really a lot of fun. I'm gonna make more characters be able to do that.
Ну, кстати, заметно, когда он отталкивается от чего-либо, он больше скорости получает, чем просто так бежит.
So that skipped about 2 rooms worth.
Yeah.
Who needs ladders?
Скипнул 2 комнаты.
Not me.
Так, какой-то викинг.
Oh, nice. There's no chance.
Да, с этими тенями он гораздо быстрее расправляется с боссом.
Didn't even need any
That's the
specials.
vanilla strategy, isn't it?
Yeah. So for anyone unfamiliar with like how I got started with Shovel Knight, I got started running low percent, which is the category you run with no upgrades. So there's probably faster boss kills using the items. I am faster without them personally, in most cases.
That's awesome. Yeah, seeing you just destroy Polar Knight, it's like you're not doing anything
Polar Knight,
more than
нифига
like,
себе у них
what normal people
название.
are capable of. You're
Ну,
just
в принципе, это
pressing
как в
buttons.
Мегамене, там
That's
всякие
great.
эликмены, там, сысармены.
Time for my favorite music. This level also has a
Рокмены
really
и
giant
прочее.
skip, which hopefully I
Или
didn't
не
jinx by
рокмены, как они там называют.
telling you that. So
Здравствуй,
look
ГФХ.
forward to that.
Как дела твои?
I need this.
During the time we were developing this, it was after Plague of Shadows, so a lot of the abilities you see come from Plague of Shadows. He has the that potion that makes him run fast, has a big flamey
Вроде
sort
норм.
of shield.
А если
to get
поточнее?
through the bricks. The bomb burst obviously comes from Plague Knight. The Flario wand is sort of an adaptation of Plague Knight's cluster bomb attack. So it definitely has like a lot of like Plague Knight flavor to it. I wonder if he had done the amiibo like now, what the relics would look like. You know, they probably have some spinning abilities or some of the maybe you toss out a rat bomb or something. Like some of the King Knight relics might be
Уточни
themselves
вопрос.
in there. Maybe the
Ну,
Spectre
ты
Knight
говоришь,
relic
вроде
is in
бы.
there.
А если как бы, ну, присмотреться, там, подумать.
There we go.
Wow. Not even using the Infinite Dagger. Wow.
All right. Well, I unfortunately jinxed the big skip, but that's okay. We're still going.
Still very impressive.
Yeah, I
Is that
think.
something you can do as Plague Knight as well, or do you need the bounce to get through that?
No, you can do that with Plague Knight. It's a little bit slower, but you can do it.
Cool.
Yeah. As for like the one Spectre Knight relic that, like this custom knight kind of foreshadowed is the like Shadow Knight thing. I actually will be using that in the boss fight coming up here.
Oh yeah, the one where you project yourself forward.
Yeah. But we have time for like one donation while I do this auto scroller.
Sure thing, and by the power of the Shovel Knight amiibo, AJ's actually been relieved. So hi, I'm J-Hops. But we have $5 from DJ Does Twitch 192. Says, putting my train donation towards the Super Punch-Out blindfolded race. Early morning train hype. We also have a donation
как
from
с
Anonymous.
наполненностью
So glad to
стакана.
see GDQ supporting able gamers and just as excited to spend my weekend
Это типа
watching
как
runs.
посмотреть, да?
Hooray!
Wow, so technical. So one of the things that we did is try to make sure that all of the relics that you're using are like a thing. So like they're not like an ability or like a icon or whatever. Like it's like a thing that you're using. And so you'll see that the tiny little shadow relic that he's using right now is a little like all of Shovel Knight. We had a hard time trying to figure out like the items for what all these things are. Some of them are really obvious, like the Infinite Dagger is a dagger with an infinity symbol on it. But the icon for the thing that projects Shovel Knight forward, we were trying to figure out what it was, and I just did like a little shadow doll. So I imagine that he's actually like holding a little like voodoo doll of himself when using that ability. But I think that's just my own headcanon.
All right, I'm gonna move through the flying machine now. I think the longest level actually in terms of number of rooms. And here we go.
I'm right up to that hover meanie like it's nothing. You guys are jerks.
They are
live up
jerks.
to their name.
Just gonna get that jerk out of the way.
It's always good to kill those guys first. If you guys aren't familiar with the game, those guys push you around. They're called the hover meanies because they jump up in your face and they turn their propellers at you and blow you backwards. And it's whoa. It's really difficult to deal with.
All right, I was hoping for a big magic drop from that guy, but I didn't get one. That's okay though.
Сам как поживаю? Да ничего, пойдет.
How many hours of practice do you have in Shovel Knight total?
Как обычно всегда говорят, мне
Are we
пойдет.
counting work or not?
Yes, definitely.
It has to be close to 10,000 at this point, if not more. Like most of that is on the original Shovel Knight campaign, and then like a good portion of Plague and a bit of Custom Knight. Not so much Spectre, but many hours. Probably many of King of Cards as well, being that that's what we've been working on.
Yeah.
Хотя
How
что я
many of that
прибедняюсь?
is
Нормально я
Custom
поживаю.
Knight, though?
I don't know, maybe like
Run, I think.
200, 300.
Definitely more than I've played it.
More than probably anybody should, but you know what? It's fun. Ow, what a mean rat.
Кредит на фокус оформил? Нет, ты чё? Какой мне фокус? Я чё на него? Дособирал, что ли?
Wow. That's just the normal Shovel Knight way to get through it, right?
And yeah, that is the normal Shovel Knight way with the propeller dagger. There's other ways, but
Полоски
I'm
нет,
just more
значит
familiar
да.
with that way.
Не. Полоски нет, значит полоса не нужна.
Well, you can use damaging. If you damage the enemy,
Сколько
they
у меня
can't
там
hurt
есть
you.
что-нибудь вообще? Где
That
полоса?
strategy is all about like making sure that you're putting out more damage at the same time that he's putting out damage, right?
Вот.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, he unfortunately flew to the right because I hit him too early, but hey, saved it with the rest of the relics. I guess that's the hard thing for me too, is also remembering like, oh yeah, you have stuff. Use the stuff.
Totally.
Полосы не нужны.
All right. Would everyone like to count with me? This is the third dream, and
Так, пока
shield
он
light
ловит,
will appear
повесить
after
секунду.
13 spears are thrown by these nice gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hooray, we did it. Thank you, everyone. No, I don't
It
want to
never
save my
occurred to me that
progress.
those spear guys are like a timer for you. Great.
I'm very thankful for that, too. The other dreams, I just kind of have to watch the screen and be like, all right, the enemies are kind of in the right spot. Okay, go now.
You know, Catherine can donate, or can actually count a little bit better than us because she donated $15. So gotta try for those Hollow Knight prizes to see that blindfolded race. Thank you, Catherine 252.
Oh,
You're already at the tower. This is crazy.
I am.
How much faster is this run than the normal Shovel Knight?
About 6 minutes.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, how's that save versus kill the knights incentive doing?
Oh, yeah, that incentive's coming up at the end of the next level.
Well, right now it's going to take some deep pockets to leave the Knights because Save the Knights is winning at $746.50.
Ивент был с 27 по
and Leave the
30.
Knights
Ну, в общем-то говоря, сегодня
But
ночью
if
он
you really
кончился.
want to leave them behind, you can make it happen.
Не знаю, что за межсезонный такой JDQ вдруг оказался. Раньше было 2 ивента по неделе. Один, собственно говоря, Summer Games Done Quick, который проводился летом. Да и смотрели мы его летом, собственно говоря, тоже в прямом эфире. Некоторые
Do this the old-fashioned way.
некоторые игры.
We can go over that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, the hover meanie was nice. There's one hover meanie in that room for everyone that missed it.
He can deter you a little bit.
Это что за Малефисента? Хотя я понять не имею, кто такая Малефисента на самом деле.
This guy has phases and stuff.
Does he? Well, that was kind of
Oh my
one.
goodness. He kind of had a phase.
It's just a phase, Waz. We have time for a few more donations.
Sure thing. Lat Mackey chips in a $5 and says, thank you, Muncha, for making GDQs awesome for runners and everyone. Let's have $5 from Canadian Insomniac. First time I've caught a GDQ live. Been watching on YouTube for the last 2 months and I'm hooked. Since I got paid yesterday, I couldn't not donate to such a great cause. Best of luck to all the runners and regards from the icy north.
Ой, что за музыка такая напряжная.
Got another $5 from Hard Prey 32, who's adding to that donation range. Says,
Не, ну
"Choo-choo."
Джоли-то понятно, что Джоли. Я как бы помню, что это она. Это фильм вообще такой? Он прям так и называется Малефисента?
Are any more scary points in the run that you're worried about coming up, Cameron?
Yes, and I just passed it.
Yeah, that is one of them. I guess anywhere with a pit, right?
Yeah. If Shovel Knight still had the same like low pit detection that Plague Knight and Spectre Knight have, this category would be a little bit easier. It's like there's some times where I'll try and do stuff because thinking I'm Plague Knight because I have the burst jump and then I die to a pit and I'm like, why?
Definitely, yeah. So what Cameron's referring to is that we have the bottom of the screen, the pit, you know, is a typical death pit. But for Plague Knight and for Spectre Knight, because they have abilities that let them pop out of the bottom of the screen, like, you know, Spectre Knight can wall climb and Plague Knight can obviously bomb burst. You give the player a little bit more leeway so that you don't like immediately die when touching that death pit. You have a tile or two, and it makes a huge difference when you're going through it. Obviously, when you're bomb bursting through it, as Cameron just described, you just jumped over all those blocks before they spawned in.
I did.
That's how you were able to climb over that impenetrable wall.
I like it. I leave the
Like that
blocks in
this time.
peace. They were here first.
You have to respect the block.
All right, time for boss rush. So after I kill these 8 bosses, then you tell me if I'm saving them or killing them. I'm pretty sure I'm killing them.
Yeah, unless something miraculous happens, you are going to be saving the knights, actually.
I was not expecting Tinker Knight first, so I was not prepared. The order is completely random, aside from Polar Knight will always be within the first 3.
Tinker Knight. Что такое Tinker вообще?
Does it matter much, or?
It matters more for like regular any percent because there's certain orders that you don't want to get just because of your magic amounts. The same is still true for shovel, but less so just because you have so much more in general.
Медник, лудильщик, сапожник, паять, лудить. Ага.
Force Polar to be in the first few sets because he's the only one that can create instant kill spikes on the ground, and we found as we were playing it, if
Жестянщик.
you beat the entire Order of a Quarter, and he's like the 7th or 8th guy, and you die to spikes randomly. It felt really, really terrible.
Работник
So we
месяца,
want to make sure
привет,
that we get
здорово,
the
Сер.
terrible feelings out of the way really fast.
Yeah. You may have noticed just now that Polar Knight's snowball didn't hit me at the start of the fight. You're actually immune to damage from the bosses for a few seconds for that exact same reason at the start of each fight.
I think you can also go through Treasure Knight's Anchor, right?
Yes.
But not his dash follow-up, just the initial attack. Like, it's so random. It's hard for me to imagine trying to optimize that fight. You did that really well.
I think it was reading my double jump when I didn't want it to be. Anyway, he's dead.
Какой-то читерский Shovel Knight, короче. Кастомный.
Wow.
Yeah.
The chest didn't even hit the ground.
Не, это VU. Но вообще такая игра и на
Two
ПК
players,
есть.
you can kind of knock Spectre Knight back and forth because you can see like he reacts to your hit, and so it's fun to like.
На спидранить
knock
ради
to the
одного
left, knock to
зрителя,
the right,
это
knock to the left,
какого
see how
кейси
far you can
фрю?
get
Это не
with
фрю.
Spectre Knight volleyball. Or bouncing against the wall is fun too. A little harder.
Здорово,
You are
Никотин.
definitely going to be saving those knights.
All right. Thanks, Hobbs.
You can see the real canon. What really happened when you play Plague of Shadows.
I like how the smallest guy was the one holding the rest of them up.
Don't worry,
Очень
physics are
похож.
fine.
Вот где у меня здесь? Вот в этой вот вкладочке. Вот Кейзи Фрю
It's
сидит.
magic.
We got a special $20 donation from Shawnee Face, who says, "Waz to the future."
Shawnee Faith is our game designer and director. Yacht Club. Hi, Sean. Good morning, dude.
F3D chipped in 5 for the donation train, said choo choo, and Yin Yang 226 said with $5 said choo choo, but spelled a little bit differently.
Чё, Никотин, ты это там показал классно Леоне, да?
Lord desperately trying to keep up with you.
Oops. Frame perfect pause.
Привет, Никриднайт.
No. What are you gonna do? It's so stressful.
Luckily, I got her down to 1 health. I actually forgot to switch to the Chaos Sphere after the start, so it all worked out.
Good, good, good.
All right, now if I catch Shield Knight in a very specific spot here, I'll get a good setup where I'll be 1 pixel onto this platform on the right. Perfect. So that sets up for this last boss. Get ready on time, by the way. Time is when I deal the final hit to this boss. That's unusual. Time.
Good job.
All right. Well, that was Shovel Knight Custom Knight any %. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Waz for joining us. Thank you Uranium Anchor.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
Shovel Knight Amiibo. Strong but silent type.
I didn't even
MVP.
see you there.
All right, but that will do it for me. So be sure to stay tuned for more awesome
Короче,
speedruns. Bye
Ты
everybody.
не затащил. Даже Чоми тебя не вытащил, да? Понятно все с тобой. Рак. Непонятный, кстати, этот ивент GDQ стал. Раньше как бы туда приезжали, показывали себя, говорили, ребята, подписывайтесь на мой канал, ставьте лососи и прочую фигню, типа. А сейчас типа, все, это был мой ран, до свидания, спасибо всем, я пошел. Так, собственно говоря, дальше на очереди... Я не знаю, что такое Катана Зиро. Поэтому я включу пока что рейс по Супер Марио.
What's going on, everyone? So we have Tecate and Supersonic. They're going to be racing warpless. The estimate's what, 24 minutes for it? 23?
23, I think.
They're going to do it a lot quicker than that. Joined on the couch by
The Haxer.
Picante, Mitch Flower Power.
So let's y'all
А вот здесь вот народ был, кстати говоря.
Oh yeah, I should mention that Tecate is in the Luigi costume and Supersonic's in the Mario costume. So we got Mario versus Luigi here.
Ooh, this will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. What team are you on?
I'm team Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I'm both of them. Team Mario all the way.
We're good. All right.
All right. All right.
Loading.
Yeah, you guys want a countdown? All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Woo!
So yeah, they got something special planned for us here in 1-1 that usually you wouldn't see in a race of this category, but
It looks like one person's playing right now.
Только один из них почему-то темный, и ни у одного из них
yeah,
усов
they're
нету.
gonna be doing a-
Oh, at least they tried it.
They did,
You know,
yeah,
they tried
the
it.
flagpole glitch.
Yeah.
FPG's such a difficult trick to learn.
Yep. Yeah.
It's intimidating too, right? Like you could fail it and not even know why.
Isn't that trick in another run, maybe, that could occur after this?
Ooh, yeah.
Maybe that any % run?
Yeah, we have an incentive for an any % run, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're about $1,100 away, so we'd love to see that run.
So
Yeah.
that flick jump in 1-2 is one of the most difficult jumps in the entire run, actually. See if he can nail it the second time.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the scarier.
Oh, he's going safe strats.
Safe
Smart.
strats, yeah.
Supersonic's already completed 1-2. Avoiding fireworks. The timer, if the last digits is 6, a 3, or a 1, you get fireworks, which is really terrible for speedrunners because that's extra time.
Absolutely.
You saw Tecate kind of just slow up a little bit to get that 5.
Что-то я не понял. А что я смотрел перед сном тогда? Я, по-моему, смотрел этот ран, и они где-то до 1.4, наверное, вровень вообще шли. Абсолютно.
So Sonic's definitely going again there. Large fire.
Yeah, he got a better grab there. We're gonna see some divergence of strategy here, kind of as you
Да, тут
mentioned.
всего было 3 рана.
Going as the big fire Mario, and Tagate's been practicing as small fire, so he's going to try to grab this axe at the end of this level.
Один был Lost Levels, что как бы уже не то. И там 16-битная версия была. Один типа короткий Марио, ну то есть any percent. А это Worthless. Вот. Молодой человек слева решил не подбирать Fire Flower. И он как бы ударил себя и одновременно закончил уровень 1.4. Он как бы получил дэмэдж, но моделька у него не изменилась. Из-за чего после того, как он берет еще один гриб, чтобы вырасти, он становится маленьким.
Oh yeah, sorry. We're having some technical difficulties with some stuff, so we're gonna restart the race.
А, вот откуда я смотрел.
I think what it was is they wanted to see the flagpole glitch in 1-1. So they're like, let's get another chance at it. Yeah, they get another chance at it.
Technical difficulties.
Back with Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers warpless, but again, we're $1,000.
We're good? Oh, we're perfect. Cool. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
We just wanted to, give you a little extra time to meet that donation incentive.
That's for 700 left.
That's it. That's it.
Who doesn't want to see some SMB1 any percent?
We are so close to
Вот.
that incentive.
Прям вровень в ровень идут, как я говорил. Вообще одинаково.
Neither one.
They're so synced though.
It is.
I always love it when they sync up. I always find it, it's awesome.
And this is the best game for that too, because of the frame rule system. So they can only exit these levels every so often.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see probably a lot of sync throughout this run.
Yes. 1-2 for the redemption.
Luigi getting another chance here.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, here it is.
No problems that way.
That is so hard.
It is.
Yeah.
Very tight window for that jump. And he gets the pipe jump.
Вообще прям ровень в ровень. Вот настолько.
They just want to keep the sync going, you know.
Absolutely synced, man. That's awesome, guys. You are, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Worth the restart. Let's go.
Вот вроде чувак слева закончил чуть позже, но прям у него было 349 на таймере, у второго 350. Но как бы, как назвать, не техника, а вот то, как игра вообще заканчивается или начинается по вот этим вот фрейм-рулам. Каждый 21 кадр начинается новый уровень. Точнее, может начаться новый уровень. Видимо, он не отстал больше, чем на 21 кадр, поэтому он ровень в ровень начал. Уровень 1.3.
Super's back to large fire, so he'll have a quicker Bowser kill.
Yep. Going with that, a little bit of comfort. Bowser trolled him there a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He didn't want to, he didn't want to show up.
Вот, как видите, он сел на топор, попутно сев на рог Баузеру.
So now Takate will have to pick up the mushroom again.
Он получил урон, но при этом остался большим. Сейчас, когда он подберет еще раз гриб, он станет маленьким.
Yeah, you want to pay close
Ooh, he pipe
attention
jumped that.
as
That's
he grabs this fire flower and shoots those fireballs. Mario actually goes back to Big Mario for a split second there because there's no model in the game that has small Mario shooting a fireball.
There's the shooting animation of small Mario, yeah. The game's confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, there's a small fire Mario model.
Right.
Like what?
This makes perfect sense.
Вот. При этом вы можете заметить, что когда маленький Марио стреляет, он прям на миллисекундочку становится большим. Потому что модельки стреляющей, маленькой стреляющей модельки Марио нет. Вот под водой вы можете, я думаю, заметить такую фигню.
That's going to be kind of a theme throughout the game, with a couple exceptions, but...
Tight bottle.
Taking a little damage there.
Вот он получил дэмэдж, стал большим, но при этом, если он еще раз получит урон, он умрет, несмотря на то, что он большой, казалось бы. Хитбокс тоже меняется? Да, меняется. Сейчас ему нужно будет опять подбирать два пауэрапа. Сначала гриб, потом цветочек.
Yeah, and so we see 2-3 here, which is the cheap run. We got some berries there, trying to take some people out. It's kind of another theme in these -3 stages. You'll either see like the weird.
И как вот ребята на заднем плане сказали, почему-то в игре есть моделька маленького Марио в костюме вот Fireflower, то есть как бы... Есть, короче, маленький белый Марио, но при этом анимации того, как маленький Марио стреляет, нет. Он каждый раз становится большим на секундочку прям. Блин, Суперсоник что-то вообще не прощает, я смотрю.
But he has 2 hitboxes, so if you do it just right, you can actually hit 1 fireball into both hitboxes, and it counts as 2 hits.
Вот, я думаю, можно было сейчас заметить, что он становится большим.
Kind of waiting out that Podoboo there. He wasn't exactly sure what it was going to do. It could have just been instant again.
Should I do this? Yep. No, you shouldn't. You should wait and relax.
Yeah, the Podoboos in this game can be a lot of trouble.
Ну и когда он убивал, видно было, что он был большой.
We're so close, guys. Get those donations in. Let's get it done. We want to see it, right? We want to see any percent. More Mario. Want to see that,
it's a classic, man.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Very close.
So at the end of 3-2, I'm going to need all of y'all to do something for me. There's a strat that Goofy Chocobo found, where if you actually shoot the fireballs in sync with the music, you'll kill 3 Koopas, and it'll remove a couple of the Goombas and make the stairs easier. And we always have to thank Goofy when it happens.
Thanks, Goofy.
So when I raise my hand, I'm going to want everybody to thank Goofy.
Thanks, Goofy.
Thanks, Goofy. We tried.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's looking like he's about 1 stage behind.
So would you guys say this is the spookiest world in
of course.
Mario 1? Yeah.
Well, of course. The light, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's nighttime, you know.
Мы скоро тебя увидим там же в таком же костюме. Да нет.
It's better than the Angry Sun, though, right? I mean, the Angry Sun's very scary.
Oh yeah.
And again, thanks, Goofy.
So yeah, we kind of see his theme on Supersonic.
Как вы меня увидите там же? Хотя бы там же. Про костюм я уж не говорю.
Kind of back to that, and then we're gonna go into 3-4 here.
Это ж надо спидранить, в Америку ехать. Так говорю, как будто это плохо. Вот.
But I don't think he'll probably pause right here and be safe for. He'll go under that, and then yep, that slight turnaround so he can get over these Podoboos.
Evasive maneuvers there.
Ну, Суперсоник реально очень хорошо сейчас идет.
So yeah, we got 4-1 coming up here, and I think it's a good time for some donations.
It is. We also just got another update, 250 away from that any.
Whoa.
So close.
Я только что зашел, это запись. Да, это запись, по-моему, вчера ночью была такая фигня. То есть как бы свежак.
Ben 101 donates $5 saying, okay, Sky, here's $5.
Черный Марио.
Donates $150 saying, yay, GDQ. And Sam94 donates $50 saying, great work, everyone. And again, we are getting so close. Thank you so much for this $5 train. It's looking strong. Back to y'all.
Fantastic.
So we got one more attempt at a flagpole glitch here. They're both going for it in 4-1. So Tecate is coming up on it here.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know.
I really want to see it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. Don't scare him.
So close.
Respect for trying, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying, you know?
It's cool that they both went for both of them. So yeah, we got 4-2, an infamous stage actually, in any percent, which is where you do the wrong warp normally. But in this stage, we don't do warps. It's called warpless for a reason.
We're not allowed.
Yeah, there's some fun platforming.
Yeah, there's two routes you can take on this. You can either go top route, which can lose you up to 2 frame rules, or if you go bottom route. See, Tecate's going top route. It makes it a little easier. Y'all saw Sonic actually run bottom route and snipe out all the piranhas.
Just trying to show off.
Yeah, a little swag.
Tecate's not really in a position right now to, you know, really be risking anything, so it's always a better choice.
So yeah, we get to see some more tight platforming here in 4-3.
Sky boots over here. Nope.
It's gonna get a firework as well. Got a 261 there.
So there's a certain frame you can just the one.
Just a little guy.
There's a certain frame you can actually land on the flagpole in 4-3, and you'll get 1 pixel's worth of blue below it, and it saves you a frame rule.
So yeah, people that played the game casually probably recognize 4-4 here as kind of.
Я опять этот момент пропустил.
That played the game casually probably recognize.
Ой, хорош.
4-4 here as kind of a puzzle stage.
Sound glitch.
Where you have to go the correct route in order to be able to beat the stage. So some people probably pulled their hair out when they were kids.
Я не понимаю, как они эти клипы делают, серьезно. Если кто не видел, еще раз, как бы, внимание на правый экран.
So yeah, people that played the game casually probably recognize 4-4 here as kind of a puzzle stage.
Sound glitch.
Where you have to go the correct route in order to be able to beat the stage. So some people probably pulled their hair out when they were kids playing that stage, trying to figure out where they need to go.
Sonic's leaving some room right now. He's making a couple little mistakes here, letting Tecate catch up.
He did get that clip, though.
Yeah,
that 4-4 clip was gorgeous.
Молодой человек слева не может исполнить такой клип, потому что он играет маленьким Марио.
That's when things really start to ramp up. You're going to see some really tight jumps. It's going to help that they both have firepower, though. Little snipes right here.
We are now 200 away from that any percent incentive.
So close.
We are so close, guys.
Come on, guys.
Like a little bit more.
I really want to see it. I want to see it.
I want to see some wrong warps in 4-2.
Yeah, you know?
Everyone just donate $1 if you're watching.
Little safe strat there to avoid that bullet bill.
Так, разница у них в 1 уровень. Молодой человек слева идет на уровне 5.1, молодой человек справа идет на уровне 5.2.
This is starting to get really interesting here.
Yeah, so the Hammer Bros too, when you have to get close to him and then take him out with fire, because if you take him out too far in advance, sometimes you get hammer sniped. So for some reason they can throw him after you've already taken him out.
Что-то держит, чтобы оказаться маленьким. Нет, это я объяснял в самом начале. Когда когда на первом уровне, на первом замке, он, будучи большим, садится на топор и на Баузера одновременно. Он как бы получает урон, но остается большим. Он подбирает еще раз первый пауэрап, что есть гриб, и становится маленьким. После чего он подбирает цветочек, Fireflower.
Little Royale good bars from Supersonic and 5-4. That little hesitation at the beginning is so it sets those fire bars to an
И как бы он становится маленьким и может стрелять при этом. Но при этом каждый раз, когда он стреляет, можете заметить, что он становится большим на небольшую долечку секунды.
Saw him trying to turn around. So now he has to be real careful because he's still that vulnerable large Mario. Commentator curse.
Axe grab, please.
Meanwhile, Supersonic.
То есть садиться на топор нормально, а садиться на Баузера... Точнее, нет, садиться на топор тебя почему-то удивило.
It's actually probably a good time for some more donations here.
Yes, definitely.
All right, sounds good. We have some familiar faces in this round. We have $50 from Glitch Cat, who says, tried to get on the $5 train and put an extra zero.
А садиться на рога Баузеру...
Shoutouts to Supersonic and Sky, plus all my friends on the couch. Much love, GDQX. Awesome runs all weekend. Thank you very much, Glitch Cat. And again, a quick update
Суперсоник как будто вообще прям...
It looks like we have that the incentive. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that $5 chain, and thank you to everyone who made this possible.
Как будто реально выше уровнем игрок. Хотя он зафейлил сразу же после моих слов.
He'll be large fire for the rest of the run, which he's familiar with the strats, so it'll be all right.
And with Supersonic losing fire there, it looks like there is more room to close the gap.
Yep.
Why is Lakitu always in the way?
I know.
Always in the way.
That's his point, right?
Throwing those spinies.
The only time he's not in the way is when you're playing perfect.
Yep.
What's that feel like?
I don't know. I've never experienced it.
Right?
Where's Cosmic? Is he here to tell us?
So Takate's unfortunately taking some more damage there, but fortunately there's just another mushroom waiting for him right there.
Несмотря на то, что они оба ошибаются, молодой человек слева все равно не особо нагоняет.
If you have fire, it's a platformer's dream.
Yep.
But if you're picking up the star strat, very smart, just to power through the last little bit of this.
I mean, you could do the pipe jumps.
You could. You could.
And yeah, we see the upgraded Bowser fight here with the hammers. So just taking a little.
Начиная с 6-го уровня у Баузера появляются топоры. Подождите, какие топоры? Это молотки. Молотки, точно.
Adapt. Play on the spot, yeah, exactly. Adapt, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, playing through adversity is just a completely different thing than, you know, just trying to play perfect, basically.
I would have gamed over by now, so.
Oh.
I think I would have gamed over in 1-2.
And luckily for Supersonic, there is a...
О!
This is fun. This is fun. You know, we got a lot of...
Дают молодому человеку слева немножечко пространства для того, чтобы нагнать.
I think Takate may be setting up small fire again.
Yep, looks like it.
Oh, no, don't risk it. Yeah, just get out there.
Just get out.
Should I?
Я всегда думал, что подобные платформеры проходят со зажатой кнопкой вправо до конца рана. Ну,
yeah, 7-1's kind of a difficult stage there. As you could tell, taking the death on the Hammer Bros, which, you know, when you don't have fire, that's one of the issues you run into in these later stages.
Fire Flower is so powerful. It's just so...
Gotta remove the junk out of the way, right?
Get rid of the junk.
Also, these water stages are brutal as well. Without it, as you can see, there's more enemies here now in this 7-2 stage.
Oh, he tried for it. He tried it. He tried it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So this little blooper right here that Sonic's going through is so trolly, and there's hopefully not the exit blooper as well. Now he's gone good.
Pretty good patterns there, I would say.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent swim.
А под водой есть прикол, если ты касаешься земли, допустим, ну то есть касаешься какой-то поверхности, и при этом зажимаешь кнопку вниз, и зажатой кнопкой вниз плывешь дальше, то у тебя хитбокс будет ровно твой половинчатый, то бишь как у маленького Марио.
They'll probably take it a little conservative, depending on what some of these cheap.
Oh. Well, nothing. Back with fire or back with mushroom.
That's just kind of standard.
Right on.
But you made it out of stage, so that's the important thing.
Do you think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 donations if we can?
Sure.
Really quick.
All right, that sounds good. We have $50 from Pronzo, who says, good luck Takate and Supersonic. Woo! We have $50 from Tucknuffy and K-Spark that says, hello from the audience. Good luck on the runs. And Luna's best princess donates $10 saying, greetings from Canada. Stay comfy, everyone, and don't forget to stay hydrated.
Ой-ой-ой, нифига он пропрыгал слева.
He's picking up a lot of time in this.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so 7-4, you might notice that Supersonic went for some weird patterning, but that's just due to the fact that it's another maze level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably another stage when you're playing casually as a kid made you pull your hair out because you're like, what's going on here? Why does it keep repeating?
I'm still lost.
Yeah, in the All-Stars remake, they added a ding and a buzz when you went the wrong direction, but this game doesn't give you that luxury.
They don't.
Oh.
Oop. It's a hard duck jump.
Yeah.
It didn't reset him, so he's cool.
Oh,
no, он потерял. Потерял.
Not very nice.
And we get to see kind of a classic stage here on Sonic's screen. 8-1. It's my favorite stage.
В нынешних играх Марио до сих пор принцессу спасает. Да я не знаю даже.
Now we hit that incentive, we can see it again too.
Yeah, absolutely. And he actually had a perfect stage there.
Я вообще не знаю, какой там смысл в нынешних Марио. Супер Марио Саншайн какой-нибудь взять, это ж вообще ужас. Ходит что-то там с водяного пистолета во всех стреляет.
The beginning of 8-2 is just...
Yeah. That jump looks way scarier than it is.
Yeah. If you get your visual cues, it's not too bad, but it just looks swag.
Yeah, Mitch and I were talking about this gap last night right there. Yeah. That one,
That's
know,
one that got me as a kid.
Oh, rough. You got to have that momentum. And yeah, the end of this level, that Koopa.
Trying for it, just trying for the bullet bill glitch.
That Koopa does not want you to complete 8-2. It really doesn't.
Second stair, next to last.
Getting in there.
Perfect.
So yeah, we get to see more Hammer Bros here in 8-3. So same thing applies where he'll want to get as close to him as he can before he shoots the fireball, just in case they...
Bonk.
You know, have
Do
some
rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boing. And then this will set that pattern bounce.
And then, yeah, we actually see Sonic delaying there at the end of 8-3 to ensure he doesn't get fireworks.
No fireworks, yeah.
Yep.
Сайт, на котором ты смотришь спидраны, это реал-тайм спидраны?
Yeah, 8-4.
Какой сайт?
It's a rough stage, even if you have fire.
Я сейчас на ютубе смотрю. И реал-тайм для меня не очень понятно, что ты имеешь в виду.
He's doing 2 frame, so it'll give him about 2 frames worth of there. Right. Oh, he missed it.
He's going...
There you go.
Ой-ой-ой, какой жесткий. Да, я запись смотрю, Никотин. Этот ран был вчера ночью.
Warp you can actually use in the entire game. That is a wrong warp, but it's illegal in this category.
So yeah, Takata getting a firework there, I don't think that one actually loses you any time though, so it's quick.
They're both in the same level here.
And Trolley Bowser.
Trolley Bowser.
All right.
Ah, nice try.
There we go.
When you're on like world record pace in this castle, this music's intense.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah, this part of the stage is really rough when you have Big Mario as well. So it's kind of tough to duck under these fire bars.
Makes it look flawless.
Taking it safe. He wants to beat it, right? You know?
Yeah.
Ooh, right under that Potaboo.
Out.
Time. Right on. Good job, guys.
Но они уложились в эстимейт, уже хорошо. Я бы в жизни не уложился в такой эстимейт 23 минуты. Марио победил. Да? Марио победил. Я в зеленом или в красном? Я на заднем плане сижу. В зале.
Oh, sure. We'll be going to break here just for a moment, and then we'll be back with some more Mario 1 action. Whee!
Так, что у нас дальше идет? Дальше коротенький ран по Марио.
All right, We actually have a bonus to the bonus here.
Bonus.
It was going to be a single player with just supersonic, but now we actually have an 80% race. So it'll be both of them. Tecate gets another chance here to get some revenge, I guess.
Very nice, and we seem to be ready to go here. We're gonna do the countdown. Just 1 second, we gotta make sure. Mario 1 is today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tecate's got a 456, as I mentioned in the previous race, but Supersonic's actually got a 457, so this is going to be another great race.
This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. All right, we are good to go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! All right, guys.
So yeah, Tecate's never actually run any percent, I think, on a controller, so this is going to be new for him. So trial by fire here.
It's such a short run, too, so
Yeah.
this is very interesting for mistakes and being able to come back.
We got one more chance at flagpole here. Oh, all right.
They both got it in my heart.
Yep.
I just imagine they got it, and
Absolutely.
everything's going perfect.
Yeah, they're both crazy for doing this category because, I mean, any mistake is so brutal since it's such a short run.
Yep.
It's become so optimized, too, and competitive.
Here it is again. We'll give it another try. So scary, man. That's so tough.
Now the pipe jumps afterwards.
Nice.
Look at these guys.
It's like synchronized swimming right now.
And they win the warp zone. That's good.
That's good, yeah.
Can you guys please tie? That would be amazing. Down to the frame.
And so we've got probably another good level here for some donations if there are any out there.
Интересно, они будут на этом уровне тоже пробовать Flagpole Glitch?
$1,000 donation from Olive Branch to 112.
Fantastic.
Olive Branch says, GDQ is an awesome event for a great cause, and my partner and I love watching it whenever it's on. Good luck to all the runners, and thank you for pushing such an awesome event.
Nice try.
Thank you very much, Olive Branch, for your donation.
Попробовали, ни у того, ни другого не
So now we're gonna go
получилось.
into 4-2,
Но
where they're
попыточка
gonna do a
неплохая
wrong warp.
была.
They'll have to push Mario forward with a couple of backwards jumps to trick the game into allowing them to take a pipe that normally would be an underworld, but it's going to actually be the same thing that the vine would be. It saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 seconds or something, skipping the vine animation.
Yeah, we mentioned in the warpless race, this is an infamous level. Now we see why.
Yeah, the other thing is
got it.
It's very important for the race.
The crazy thing with that pipe is you have to stop completely as well before going down it. Otherwise, the screen will correct itself if you're still moving. So definitely tricky. And again, this is my favorite stage, especially in this category. Just the platforming is really fun.
Yeah, pipe jumps are so tricky.
Yeah, they're rough.
Вообще, да, на самом деле, вот эти вот pipe jumps, как они говорят.
And we're actually going to see them hit the star here intentionally because it does some things with the flagpole at the end of the level.
Но это сложно, блин, приземлиться на самый краешек. На передний краешек, между прочим. Прямо перед пираньей. И отпрыгнуть
Look
от
how long
нее.
this level is too, right?
Yep.
You have to keep going for a long time.
Yeah, that's the other thing with World 8. All these levels are really long, and unlike the previous worlds, when you die in World 8, you go back to the beginning of the levels, so you don't get that little checkpoint in the middle. The scary-looking stair jump.
He tried to
О,
avoid
6
the
фейерверков
Still
получил.
got the 6 on it.
Молодой
Six is
человек
actually
слева
the worst,
на Луиджи.
set of fireworks because it's 6 for 6, 3 for 3, and 1 for 1.
Playing it safe there, I think, Sonic, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't want to do that turn back jump.
This Koopa can be nice. All right.
Oh,
does he get it? Yeah.
О,
nice.
Bullet Bill Glitch,
Yeah,
так
that is
называемый,
full of
на
build
наших
glitch.
экранах
That does allow him to
произошел.
save a couple frame rules there, so
Super easy, right?
yeah, so easy.
No, not easy.
Requires frame perfect
Прикол в
inputs,
том, что
and
игра
there's
как бы...
actually a chance you won't get it.
Ой-ой-ой, ну что он делает? А дай договорить,
Got
а.
the double bullet bill. So yeah, we get to see the challenge.
Дело в том, что после того, как Марио спускается с флага, дальше он идет в блок. То есть он идет в замок, и дальше Марио продолжает идти только в блок, который как бы невидимый. Просто Марио отправляют на задний план. Ну-ка. Ой-ой-ой.
He died on the backside of it.
So there's actually a code that allows him to go back to World 8 if he holds selected A, I think it is.
It's, you just
Делая такой трюк, ты как бы садишься на пулю,
Wall jump there, yeah, that was fantastic.
пуля тебя выталкивает на флаг, ты как бы задеваешь флаг изнутри блока,
Surprisingly, this room's a lot
и
easier
при этом
to
остаешься
small Mario
внизу
just
блока,
because
потому что
you have
тебя
a small
недостаточно
hitbox.
вверх отталкивает. Поэтому игра думает, что флаг уже опустился, ты идешь в блок, точнее ты задел флагшток, после чего ты идешь в блок, игра думает, ну все, пора отсчитывать время и закончен уровень. В общем-то это сейвит где-то 3 фрейм-рула, что примерно 0,9-1 секунда. Ну, ладно, секунда, 0,354. Нет, 345, да. 0,345 на 3. Ну, секунда получается.
It's bonk, brush, bounce, boing. It sets the last little Koopas to a certain pattern, so it makes it so much easier. This is the bonk, brush, bounce.
Oh.
And boing!
Boing! And hitbox.
So we mentioned earlier how this category is
Что-то он фейлит. Очень много. Он не укладывается в 7 минут эстимейта, между прочим. Потому что у него еще есть 8-3.
So here it is, bonk, brush, bounce, boing. Just sets that guy on that set every single time.
А что за имя Баузер? Но Баузер. Зовут его так. Дракошу последнего.
That's a should I that you should.
Yeah. You just don't know what these Hammer Bros are gonna do. You don't know what frame rule you're on, so.
Yeah, it's definitely safer.
Я считаю, что это одинаково непросто.
Yeah, there aren't many spots in World 8 here you could get power up, but thankfully that is one of them.
1, 2.
Nice. Oh,
that was trolly, but he got through it no problem.
Nice.
Little turn.
Никотин. Вот что ты разжигаешь? Я же на Twitch стримлю все-таки.
Just reacting on the fly here, and we're gonna get to see another attempt here at this wall jump.
That intense music again, man.
Yeah. The suspense, it's building it. Going for the 2-frame setup here.
Nailed it. There you go.
Капец, у него не получилось, они его оборжали. Расизм. Расизм в сторону белых.
Nice.
I always find the pipe looks so weird there. It's just the one section of the pipe.
Oh. Bro, please.
Yeah, take it slow.
Under.
Nice.
Good job. Yeah. Right on. That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was Mario 1 any percent.
GG's to both you guys.
Yo, congrats, dude.
Good job, man.
Он левой рукой отдает пятюню. Да что ж с этими ЛГБТшниками не так, а?
Well, I think that's it for us.
And Mario, yeah, Mario 1. That's it.
So, yeah.
Thank you guys so much. It was fantastic.
Seriously, thanks, y'all.
We'll be back with lost levels.
What an awesome ending for...
Все, женщину замутили. Так, дальше у нас идет Lost Levels, ребят. Кто этот Пиканте вообще такой? Где Биг Джон? Алло. Никто не имеет права спидранить Lost Levels 16-битную версию, кроме Биг Джона.
Better known as Lost Levels, it's the sequel that was originally only released in Japan, but came to the US on the SNES port Mario All-Stars. So I'm going to be doing the Warpless category of that to follow up SMB1. I will start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so the first jump in this game is actually kind of painful. Let's see if I get it. All right, cool. All right. It's very common to die there and just reset. So this is Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Notorious for its difficulty. We are doing the Warpless category, Warpless D4, which we go through worlds 1 through 9 and then A through D. If you can do the math, that's 52 levels. The longest Mario 1 physics main category here, so it's kind of a gauntlet. This game is very similar to SMB1, except the jump height that you get off
еще и
enemies
Lost Levels,
is
это еще не тот
slightly
самый
different. You actually go higher in
Марио,
this game.
который
There
мы
are
только
lots
что
of fun
смотрели.
jumps.
Это
But other than
вообще
that,
другая
because we're
игра,
playing the All-Stars version,
которая
there are
должна
some
была
stuff
быть
changed
продолжением
from
первого
the FDS
Марио,
version. FDS, the Famicom
выпущенная
Disk
как
System, which is what the
Марио
game's
2 в
based on.
Японии,
Particularly, you might see in the
оригинально,
SMB1 speedruns,
гораздо
like the
более
ones you just saw,
сложная
that piranha plants that kind of go
и
through
с
them.
большим
The hitboxes are
количеством
changed in this
уровней.
game, as well as the fact that the game over system is a bit more lenient. But with that, those are really the main differences. Really, it's just a lot of pure platforming here.
Еще в этом Марио есть фишка, что если ты прыгаешь задом наперед, ну то есть задом наперед, если ты прыгаешь на флаг задом и садишься на флаг, да, то как бы Марио уже оказывается с той стороны флага и спрыгивает себе спокойно, идет в замок, что, соответственно, сохраняет тебе немножечко времени.
Yeah, so we actually do a double jump there. If you hit A again, once you're in the power-up transition, you're able to jump one more time. And I will note that
Немножко здесь другая физика и переработка фейерверков. Физика другая в том, что ты от всех, ну, в основном от куб, вот этих вот, которые черепахи ходят по земле, либо прыгают, там, летают, ты от них отпрыгиваешь гораздо выше, чем в первом Марио.
An even number is 6 fireworks, odd number 3 fireworks. So we definitely don't want to do that.
So Conte's coming here to the very end of the first castle level. As you go through the speed run, you'll see, especially in the number worlds.
Кстати, да, бомбы от обычной на земле тоже выше гораздо отпрыгиваешь. Если в первом Марио можно было, допустим, идут 3 подряд, и ты прыгнул на первую, ты, скорее всего, прыгнул бы по всем 3 и убил бы всех 3 подряд. Здесь ты, скорее всего, ну как скорее всего, здесь ты заденешь только первого и третьего, потому что ты прыгнешь гораздо выше. Вот этот чувак мне нравится, кстати говоря, он сам комментирует. Да, еще здесь есть зеленые пружинки, которые выносят тебя нахрен за экран высоко и далеко. С фейерверками какая фигня здесь другая. Если последняя цифра твоего таймера совпадает с последней циферкой твоих монет, то ты получаешь фейерверки в конце. В конце уровня. За четные ты получаешь 6 фейерверков, за нечетные числа ты получаешь 3 фейерверка. И если твое количество монет кратно 11, ты получаешь жизнь. То бишь, и кратно 11, и на таймере тоже совпало. Has been shown in a GDQ with Mario. Как ни странно, 0 тоже кратен 11. Has been shown with Luigi twice, once by TJP in 2014 and once by Big John in SGDQ 2015, if I recall. Кто разрешил тем двум спидранерам сидеть на диване, что позади? Они свои отспидранили, пусть отдыхают. Is that the actual characters have different physics systems. So Mario, you'll see it later on in other Mario games, but Mario has better traction but slower jump height or smaller jump height. While Luigi is much worse with traction. He's basically on ice physics all the time, but he jumps higher, so the strats are very different. I was going for a clip there, that's why I jumped straight into a wall. There's a few levels where you'll see me go for clips. They're not easy, but they're not super time prohibitive. Like if I miss it, it's only like a frame rule or so you'll see me go for them.
So this isn't the only time we've seen Mario in a GDQ event in terms of the D4 Warpless category. We had a GDQ hotfix back in July where Picante and Cosmic raced this category. And Cosmic casually set the world record with a 36.09. So Picante, you've got a little bit to live up to there, but I think you can do it.
Yeah, this is revenge for him getting world record in the race I was racing with. What am I supposed to do? So it's world record. I can't really race against that.
It's Cosmic. What can you do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for those who don't know, Cosmic is.
Я ж так понял, это диван для привилегированных персон. Вы эти должны сидеть в зале, как и все. То есть ты не уважаешь спидранеров, да?
Kudos to him, but Picante heading into 3-2 now.
Yes. First water level of the game.
First of 3, well, 3.5. One of the castles have a water section. But the water levels in this game are significantly more difficult than those in SMB1. You'll see me really have to use my reaction time here because while there are frame rules and patterns are dependent on frame rules, because of the length of this category, you generally don't see people memorize patterns in certain levels. So it's a lot of reaction time here. It's a lot of hoping we get good patterns. You might think the squids are the worst. I personally think the green chiefs are the worst because if they get in the way, they're extremely slow and you definitely don't want them to block your path and you don't want to lose fire too. So I'm actually going under there just because that squid decided not to play nice.
Nicely done. These water sections are incredibly difficult.
But the water levels, the underground levels are actually pretty easy when managed.
Даже несмотря на то, что Супер Соник сыграл лучше, из-за того, что он слегка не белый, да? У тебя к нему предвзятое отношение.
I did mention that this is the first time Mario Warpless D4 has been shown, but it's not the first time we've seen Warpless 8.4. And the reason why there's differences between Warpless 8.4 and D4 is one of those SNES versus FDS things, FDS being Famicom Disk System, again, what the game was originally released for. In the original game, the NES version essentially, if you wanted to access the letter worlds, you would actually have to beat the game 8 times.
Я всегда ненавидел Марио, не любил Марио, но сегодня возненавидел еще сильнее. Это ж по какой причине?
D4 on the NES/FDS categories, while we go to D4 in the NE% and Warpless SNES categories.
Now, since we're in a maze level, you kind of notice that there's a little ding noise. That pretty much indicates that he's going the correct path. Now, that didn't occur in SMB1 because they didn't have the, I guess, the sound capacity or something.
Yeah, and it also doesn't occur in
Потому что Луиджи гораздо лучше. А здесь можно играть отдельно за Луиджи. Но у него другая физика слегка. Луиджи прыгает выше, ускоряется дольше и замедляется дольше. Поэтому можно сказать, что он как будто бы всегда на льду хреначит.
Yeah, they essentially wanted you to be small in that portion.
So 4-1 and 4-2 are going to be a
Ice
couple of
physics.
easier levels in the run, so I think we're going to have time for some donations.
А еще в этой игре есть красные пираньи, которые, как бы так назвать, в общем, в игре есть зеленые пираньи и красные пираньи. Зеленые пираньи не появляются, ну, пираньи, если кто не знает, это вот эта вот хрень, которая из трубы появляется. Пиранья Плент называется она. Вот это вот, красненькая.
We love Bruce.
Well, we love Bruce, mainly because he's easy to get past.
Зелененькие, короче говоря, пираньи, они не появляются, если ты стоишь рядом с трубой. Вот просто рядом с трубой, если стоишь. Над трубой, перед трубой, за трубой, неважно. Красные пираньи не появляются только когда ты находишься над трубой. То есть, по идее, ты можешь начать через нее прыгать, и все равно она появится. А как зовут садомита на облаке?
So we're going to see in 4-4 at the end of this level, there's going to be a Potaboo and a Fireball and some different things here. So it's a little tricky, but on the SNES version, the Potaboos always go all the way up to the ceiling, whereas on the Famicom version, the height of the Potaboo will be dependent on the frame that you get there.
Whoa.
So there's a clip. Nice clip.
So I do this little left-right because the okay, well. Now I'm dead.
Oh.
I was gonna say do that little left-right because this level specifically has some bad fire bars I could get. Now we're in a bit of a pickle, just due to the fact that being small
like a
makes
spicy
things
pickle?
harder. Yeah, spicy pickle. I have a pickle emote on Twitch. But yeah, let's go for this pipe jump. Okay, we didn't get it. It's fine. We just have to be careful at the end here. 4-4 is one of those levels where the game does not want you to beat it. You're not getting past it. I'm gonna wait this out. Yeah, I think I would have made it if I went under that, but I was really close.
Пальто, только не говори, что ты не знал, как зовут садомита на облаке.
Castles here, so nicely done by Picante, and he's going to head into 5-1, where we're hopefully going to get to see him abuse the physics of this game.
Yes, unfortunately, it's much easier when you are big, but I'm still going to go for it.
Also, another thing to note between the FDS and the Super Nintendo version is the loading time between 4-4 and 5-1. It's roughly 7.15 seconds if you're playing on the original FDS console. This one just takes you directly to 5-1 in Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so the reason why it's easier when you're big in this game to do certain tricks like the super jump I'm about to attempt is due to the fact that when you are big, the way that you hit enemies... Oh, I got it.
Ой, хорошо. Вот примерно про такое я говорил, что ты прыгаешь гораздо выше.
It's a little unintuitive. Basically, as long as you are going down on an enemy, you will hit it. You won't get hit by the enemy.
Не уложился во время,
when you're big,
конечно.
especially because your hitbox is double the size, you're able to essentially have downward momentum on certain enemies that.
На прошлом ивенте мы смотрели даже перед каким-то раном, то есть просто чувак какую-то стратежку спидранил, и ну у него не то чтобы слегка не пошло, а вообще не пошло, он зафейлил где-то категорически, он просто за... Не знаю. Ну, короче, где-то на последних 5 минутах он понял, что он ран в принципе закончить не может. Никак.
I do actually have to wait here. I did not wait there. I didn't wait there enough.
We got some celebratory fireworks.
So that's 3 seconds. On
Ну,
top
типа
of
дропнул
me slowing
вообще.
down, but not enough. See, math is hard. I should have known going in there.
Был дроп вообще просто рано, понимаешь? Привет, стример. Знаешь streamhub.us? Эти ребята помогают привлечь людей на стрим. Очень много разных функций и постоянные акции. Самый дешевый тариф стоит 20 рублей. Промокод на 15%. Отключить рекламу, напиши им. Спасибо. Кто вообще знает, как зовут мобов из Марио? Ну разве что многие знают Боузера. Куда и зачем мне было это знать? Ты знаешь Гумба, Купа, Пиранья, Лакиту, Баузер, что тебе еще надо? Марио, Луиджи.
5-4 is going to be an entertaining castle. I remember I mentioned that these castles get a little more difficult, and this is certainly a pretty challenging one.
Потабу, Фаербар, там, я не знаю, что тебе еще надо?
But 5-4 is actually one of my favorite levels, just because it really rewards you if you have good platforming ability.
Принцесса Пич, Дейзи, да, хрен пойми сколько.
I did not wait for the one I was supposed to. Those Potaboos can be a bit tricky. We're coming up on World 6. World 6 is actually one of the more difficult ones.
Как облачко зовут? Я же сказал, Лакиту.
Being small is actually an advantage in 6-2.
Или Лакиту.
The water levels.
Когда как называю.
Yeah, if you thought the 3-2 water section was hard, the 6-2 water section.
Знал Баузера и что Гумба есть. Но кто это, гриб или черепаха, хз. Баузер, очевидно...
There is RNG in this game, but a lot of it's mitigated via fire, particularly because there's a lot of Hammer Bros in this game, and the Hammer Bros in this game work a lot differently than the Hammer Bros in SMB1. They're, in short terms, much more aggressive in this game. And there's that wind again. Wind is definitely something harder for casual players, but it's one of those things with speedrunning. You get used to stuff. You're able to account for it. But yeah, we're coming up on 6-2, which is actually one of the most difficult water levels in the game. Debatably the most difficult. I personally hate B2, but this is probably second most difficult.
Swim into the...
well, it actually helps me. It's a legit strat here.
Swim into the music.
Yes.
А вот в Lost Levels под водой есть гребаное течение. Никто об этом не знает, но я вам говорю, что оно есть. Потому что ты в некоторых моментах можешь якобы жмякать вперед и плыть вперед, и он будет у тебя очень трудно плыть вперед. Потом ты лишний раз нажмешь на кнопку вот плыть, да? И такой хобана, и резко просто улетаешь вперед и врезаешься в какого-нибудь блупера, там, чип-чипа или прочую фигню.
Nice cozy 6-2, well done on the one of the more difficult levels in the game.
So we will try to recover power-ups in 6-3, but this level is kind of an RNG nightmare to recover power-ups, and you'll see why right now. Yeah, these guys don't make it easy. That doesn't mean we're gonna stop trying, though.
There's one.
And here's two. I'm gonna actually play this safe. Sometimes they go up and get in your way.
Блин, как же он четко бахает, а? Вот реально. Вообще. Ну типа этот уровень прям...
We're gonna do some shenanigans at the beginning. It's actually why I really need audio whenever I run this game, just due to the fact that the ding really helps us here. Yeah, so, okay, well, I didn't get the P speed, but anyway, the game wants you to go under there. We don't want to go under there.
He unfortunately did a frame-perfect jump, which didn't allow him to get speed.
Yeah.
So that was one of those frame-perfect tricks you don't want to do.
Just playing too good, you know. So we actually got some bumps. So essentially when you go and you hit a wall backwards, it scrolls the screen a little bit. Oh, Jesus.
My gosh.
He didn't even give you a chance to go there.
I've actually never seen the fireball.
Never seen it before.
Yeah,
This game's always willing to throw something new at you.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hitting these backwards because it scrolls the screen slightly further to the right, and when I do that, it allows me to hit this platform at the end earlier, and it makes this jump easier.
All right, Bowser, don't do this time.
Yeah.
There we go.
It was interesting to say the least.
All right, we're in there.
Yeah, so World 7 is really where it starts ramping up difficulty. 7-2 being the halfway mark in this run, just due to the fact that there are 52 levels, and that's level 26. We're actually going for star here just because I'm small. There is some RNG here. Please be nice, Chiefs. They were. Cool.
Excellent. That star grab is a lot more difficult than it looks because of all the enemies coming at you.
And the wind.
And the wind, yep.
Estimate 42 минуты. Тогда тут же еще есть буквенный
You
уровень.
made it look easy.
Здравствуй, доктор Грин.
Yeah, so luckily 7-2, 7-3, not super different with fire and no fire, but we still definitely want to recover that in World 8 when we can. This is another one of those maze levels. There's actually a couple maze levels outside of castles.
Это 16-битная версия. Значит, тут 16-ричные уровни. После 9-го идет уровень А.
See, Lactu.
Yeah, Lactu plays nice when you don't go slow.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, that looks a lot scarier when you're small. When you're big, you kill that piranha plant, go towards the top, but you can make that jump. You just gotta have a leap of faith there.
7-3 is a very interesting level. You're going to see Picante make use of the green springs that he was talking about, because this level is all about controlling Mario in this wind and using these green springs to get through this level.
Yeah, I think this is where every single casual player quits for the first time.
Definitely.
Because unless you absolutely know what you're doing.
Не знаю, 7-3 не настолько сложный уровень, как они говорят.
We're gonna go for conserving our momentum on this pipe here. We got it. This allows us to skip this spring. You have to have the correct momentum and the correct placement on the spring in order to make this. And it's still tight.
And over the fire bar, and beautifully done on that level. That is a very challenging level when you're starting out speedrunning, or as Picante mentioned, casually. So now we're into 7-4. We're going to see 7-4 again, and we're going to see 7-3 again later in this run. But now we're into another tricky castle.
Yes, this is actually tied with C4, considering it's the same level, for hardest Bowser in the game. The level is also extremely difficult, so hopefully I'm able to get this first try. It's also super punishing if I die, especially on Bowser, because it's one of the longest castles.
Привет, протуберанец.
But yeah, you see when I have fire here, these can be extremely tight. They're already pretty tight when I'm small. A lot of people think that was like an intended dev. What's the word I'm looking for?
Come on, Bowser. There we go.
Вот в 7.4 самый сложный Баузер на самом деле, когда ты играешь маленьким Марио, потому что у тебя вот этот фаербар крутится против часовой стрелки. Баузер, как правило, прям в центре спаунится и кидает в тебя топоры. Другими словами, как ты в дерьме, вообще это не назовешь эту ситуацию.
If you didn't beat the game 8 times, as Picante mentioned, but beautiful clip there.
Yeah, that one makes it look easy. That's that super jump physics again, by the way.
Yep. But here we're going to continue on because, as we mentioned, and these Hammer Bros are treacherous in terms of RNG. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about them. There is a little bit. You can do some safety strats there where you go to the left side of the screen and kind of wait them out, but
странно, что он не пытается подобрать новые пауэрапы.
Yeah, I was actually going for fire, but it relies on good RNG there. We'll get fire in 8-4, it's fine. 8-2, another one of those maze levels. This one has a pretty awkward jump that you actually have to do casually too, so they really wanted to make this difficult. Essentially, if you don't hit this block right here,
there we go,
you loop the level. But now we're in the sky.
One of the entertaining things they did is they put a star there earlier in the level so that casual players would get the star and then they'd go bop that Koopa and then have no way to climb that vine. So they really trolled us in this game with the design.
Yeah, so another interesting difference between
А еще в Lost Levels есть варп-зоны, которые отправляют тебя в уровнях не вперед, а назад.
This time they want to make you work. They also completely changed the background, so maybe that's why. Yeah, I really like these backgrounds though. So many happy little clouds. Bob Ross would be proud.
Cool story, Bob.
I thought I got fireworks.
Good job. So now we're into 8-4. Also a bit of a maze level, but obviously he knows the paths to take, and there's going to be a lot of rooms in this castle.
Yes, this is by far the longest level in the run, I think. And luckily it has 2 power-ups. Alright, here's power-up number 1. Yeah, so we do the strat where we hug the wall just to make that a little easier.
You ready for the longest tunnel ever?
It's for dramatic effect, obviously.
Keep going. Just keep going.
One more power.
Офигенный геймдизайн, да?
And now we get to say hi to my favorite character in the game, Bruce. Everybody get ready to say hi to Bruce once he appears on screen. Hi, Bruce.
Bye, Bruce.
Bye, Bruce.
We don't have to do that to Bruce, but he was in our way that time.
До боши далеко.
We love Bruce, though.
Здесь просто я к тому, что уровень. В уровне просто вставлен туннель, который ты просто бежишь вперед и все.
FDS, that's where it would end. Often if you're playing all-stars categories, so like all 4 games at once, you stop at 8-4 as well. But we have 5 more worlds. And you might be wondering, hey, why don't you do 9-4 or World 9 in Warpless 8-4 runs? And that's because it's a bit peculiar. In the FDS version of the game, I'm pretty sure that for some reason when you get into the bonus world, World 9, you only start with 1 life, so you don't generally do it. It's 1 life, and then if you get hit, you immediately die, and then you game over, so people don't like adding that. But World 9 specifically is
будет кекс.
kind of a congratulations for beating the game warpless. They know
Девятый мир.
with warps,
Девятый мир открывается только тогда, когда ты проходишь игру без варпов.
Hard, so they wanted to give you some weird levels.
То бишь, если ты пройдешь уровень, пройдешь игру до состояния 8.4, или подождите, или только 8-битной версии? Значит, 8-битный точно так. Что, типа, 9-й уровень открывается только в этом. Только когда ты в Warpless играешь. По-честному, без сокращений. По-пацански, так сказать.
All right, sounds good. We have $15 from RNG God that says, I'm a big fan of this RNG Bill guy, whoever he is.
Ammunition Williams.
We have $5 from Neptune Neon, who says, hey, Picante, so glad seeing you run a GDQX. Good luck. $50 from Pinkopia, who says, we love Picante.
В чем сюжетная суть 9 плюс миров? Потому что пока ты проходишь 9 уровень, твою принцессу похищают еще раз. Типа, братан, побегай еще, расслабься.
But there's another opportunity to see Bruce, and we will not be so mean, because if I wanted to kill him, I have to go really out of my way to do it. This is generally considered the easiest level in the run, but it's only easy if you know to go up here, because facing this, sorry, it's not Bowser, it's Doug. It's kind of a challenge.
Should run right by Doug, so.
So I mentioned that because we don't have fire anymore, there is RNG now. Usually we kill a Goomba in 9.4, which manipulates the squid pattern here, but instead we're just gonna have to challenge the squid, and we like challenging squids. So.
Серьезно, он назвал блупера сквидом?
And these blocks here actually spell out something. I always forget what it is in Japanese.
Arigato.
Arigato, that's right.
Thank you, Japanese.
Because we beat the game as, I guess, they intended. So we got good RNG here, but it's not over. 8-1, or sorry, not 8-1. A1. A mediocre.
Он играет еще и разговаривает. Я сам в шоке.
But also very difficult in that when you're small, RNG is a large element here. Specifically these Hammer Bros. I'm gonna go middle, hopefully he goes down.
Сюжетная основа прохождения вдвоем, принцесса-то одна.
And
так тут нету прохождения вдвоем.
No more RNG. Well, there's extremely small chance of bad RNG there. So I shouldn't say anything. Oh.
Lost Levels is one of those games where as soon as you say you got lucky, the game decides that you can get unlucky. So I'm glad that didn't happen either.
Also, y'all, if you notice, the Koopas are moving a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because they actually considered it like second quest, quote unquote.
I also have to go back to a previous statement. I like A1. It's not mediocre.
The steak sauce or the stage?
Both, actually.
All right.
Но там уже кому принцесса тогда достанется.
Yeah, so this is just a standard.
Борьба двух братьев за одну единственную принцессу.
Power-ups here, but it's not super fast. So we're going to choose to get them in A3 and A4.
In the any percent version of this, you could do a wall jump to get to the top there, and then you take a warp pipe. But since we're warpless here, he's just going to run on through on the bottom there.
Or if you're big, you could just break some blocks.
That's true.
Oh, didn't go backwards there for some reason. Unfortunately, for some reason, when this game likes to give you fast power-ups, they put it in stages where RNG is super important. So you remember, probably not by stage number, but how it looked 6-3, where we got 2 power-ups, had all these horrible chiefs everywhere. Same thing here. Added squid. Oh god.
Right. And this one's a hidden
Daisy
block
это в
as
Super
well,
Mario
so
World.
in 6-3, at least we could see the blocks.
Ever seen a squid in the sky?
You have now.
So this level is actually particularly scary just due to the fact that it has soft lock potential. So you notice that there's a spring right at the end, right? Despite
Пальто,
this
как у
game
тебя
having
не
higher
получается
memory
одно
limits,
слово, капец.
and making despawns harder, if there are enough enemies on the screen, things do despawn. If that spring despawns, there's still like a spring base. Oh, for some reason I didn't get that. We'll just get it back in B1. But if you jump on the spring after it despawns, the game soft locks.
That was some nice platforming there. You got all those single tile pillars
Пальто,
there.
куртка, nice зрители.
Down and beautifully done by Picante and
Ну,
A-4.
Джекет, ты сам выбрал себе такой никнейм, в принципе, как и пальто.
Might be a good spot to get the last couple donations in here if we got them.
All right, sounds good. We have $20 from Kate225 that says it might not be a bulging coin purse, but I'm sure that $20 will bring a smile to Sekiro's face. And again, to repeat, that is for the bonus game Sekiro Any Percent, which we're currently $270 out of 15,000. And then, of course, a quick update on the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition. We are currently $1,763 out of 10,000.
За меня выбрали не надо. Кто за тебя выбрал? Ты мог себе никнейм придумать, любой. Мог назваться там, я не знаю, Миша 228. Никто бы тебе слова не сказал.
Last water level of the game. I personally think this is the hardest, not because the actual navigation is hard, but the squid patterns can be incredibly cruel. We'll just have to see, though. I'm actually going to go for a strat here that I would have went for in 6-2 as well, but I was small. You essentially can make your hitbox the same as Small Mario by ducking while going under one of these platforms. So now I have the small hitbox, makes getting past these enemies way easier. But unfortunately, the trade-off is that I no longer have fire until I hit the ground. So I would say it's worth it because going past those squids would have been really hard. I'm going up here actually because
those elevators that are going up and down can push Mario down into that hole there and he will die. So that's part of the reason Picante chose the top. He also saw some fish down there that he wanted to avoid.
Yes, and so it's a little bit misleading, but you die much sooner than you would think if you're approaching the bottom. Especially because you could get your inputs eaten in water stages near currents. You don't want to be close to the bottom at all.
Yeah, there's actually
Нет, толпа на зеленом фоне. Толпа на заднем плане — это настоящие ребята.
Alright, so more RNG bullet bills, that's nice. Only one matters, really.
Hopefully no bills of questionable intent.
Nice. Whoa. Ooh. Okay. Waiting that one out.
This is fine.
A little sketchy, but we're out of it.
Good recovery there.
Picante is gonna try to go for another stealing.
Night Club подписался на данный канал. Спасибо тебе большое, Night Club, за то, что ты с нами. Ты, конечно же, молодец. Присаживайся поудобнее. Спасибо. Блин, как я обычно говорю. Красавчик, молодец. Спасибо, что пользуешься нашими услугами.
That there's actually a warp zone in a castle level, but obviously we're not taking warp zones because it's warpless. So.
Yeah, it's actually interesting in the
Мир
N%
АБ,
category.
мы пойдем по всему алфавиту. Нет, до D
go back to
только.
B4 and then you warp to D. That could have been much scarier. We actually scrolled the screen based on those bumps I was talking about earlier, and doing so makes dodging some of those fireballs Bowser gives you extremely hard.
Now we're into World C. As we mentioned in C-3 and C-4, they're going to look very familiar to you, but C-1 and C-2 a little bit different.
Yes.
In the FDS version, the first upside-down pipe that Picante just passed, you can actually do a trick called Devil Spell. Pretty much what you do is you clip into the pipe, and you can actually go down from the top there, and it'll actually take you to the end of the stage. But unfortunately, it does not work on the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, so that's one of those tricks I mentioned where if you're going down while hitting an enemy, you bounce off of it, you don't get hit. Definitely looked like I should have gotten hit there, and if I went actually slightly further to the right, I would have gotten hit. So that's a bit of a scary jump.
Do we have time for a couple more quick donations?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
We have $75 from Jelmo San that says, "Hey Picante, jelly," with a ton of Y's after.
Oh my.
And $25 from Ruby Jean that says, "You are doing great, Picante. Keep it up, my dear."
Марио версия для буржуев? Да нет. Или да?
Well, yeah, normally you could avoid those. I don't know what happened there. I guess I should have ducked. But we should be small now for the rest of the run. Unfortunately,
14-ричная? Почему 14-ричная?
The bills were a little bit cruel today. Some runners actually elect to go take a spring there to avoid those bills. But we're back in the
16-ричная укороченная.
This time with an add-a-lac that means nothing as long as you don't.
Вот твой любимый садомит пальто.
the curse has begun.
In the FDS version, that Lakitu, if you want to play the level perfectly fast without slowing down, that Lakitu can still throw a troll spiny, but with the strats Picante is using on this one, no issue for Lakitu.
Yeah, so I'm taking the safety spring there just because I was super far to left on the spring. So loses about 7 seconds. Bad for PB attempts, great for a... Oh, well, now we got 3 extra seconds on fireworks, but it's okay. We didn't die.
They're celebrating getting through the level.
Yeah, so I mentioned before, this version of the game is a little bit more marathon safe just due to the fact that if you game over, you only go back to the level. You don't go back to the beginning of the world. It's super brutal in the FDS version because of that. The only thing that you lose when you game over in this version is checkpoints, but there isn't a checkpoint after 7-3, so we haven't had checkpoints forever. Nice.
Woo, beautiful.
Yeah, so this is obviously the same castle.
Если он сейчас внезапно облажается, ничего не будет.
Major difference being this section right
Продолжи
here.
дальше играть.
They really didn't want to make it easy to get past with fire. Yeah, people think that was like a dev-intended D-boost, but it is possible to get past it, just extremely tight. This is not a great Bowser.
We got a rough RNG here.
Bowser, please.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Ой-ой-ой.
He found an opening and went for it. Nailed it.
Yeah. So speaking of RNG, D1 and D3 are some of the last levels in the game and some of the hardest in terms of RNG. If you have fire in D1, which is not easy considering this is the level you have to get out of with fire. If you have fire in D1, it's a lot less RNG, but all right, we actually got really kind hammer bro patterns there. But D3 especially is notorious for ruining amazing runs. So we'll see if we're struggling there.
D3 is absolutely an incredible level. It's insane.
Inspired all those horrible Mario Maker levels that you've probably played. Just enemy spam. And D2 is surprisingly easy. It's actually one of the easiest levels in the game. I guess they wanted to give you a calm before the storm.
Yep.
But it'll be perfect for some donations if you have them.
All right, sounds good. We have $25 from Endel, who says, first time watching GDQ live, always watch the speedruns on YouTube and enjoyed them. Cherry Scary donates $20 saying, all hail Goose, let's name Psyduck Honk in our featured friend's honor.
So that's maybe the trickiest part of D2 is that spring there, but pretty easy.
Yeah, super misleading though, because you think you'd be able to make it to the flagpole, but it's extremely hard. I think you can, but it's incredibly precise. And that water, despite Mario being able to swim, totally can't swim there for some reason.
Look at all these bullet bills.
Yes, we're getting this fire because it makes it slightly more safe, and if we messed up, we would still have mushroom. Oh, we didn't even need it.
Да, D3 слегка обосраться, какой сложный уровень.
Okay, well, it's not up to me anymore.
Whoa. Nicely done. Good dodge.
И типа финальная лестница, которая состоит из пушек.
In All Stars, it checks to see if you entered the door, not to see
Пушка
if
я
you
не
hit the
знаю, как
flagpole, so it actually
называется.
soft locks the game. But now we're in D4, the last castle. You're gonna see it pays an homage to the beginning of 8-4 here, but that's only the first room.
Yeah, it's trying to fool you here.
Yeah, you cannot make it down that pipe. Actually, maybe you can, but it's not the intended way.
So now we're in the overworld here, and Conte will have to do a little bit of a slowdown at the end of the level, or not the level, but this room here. Right there, you saw him do a slowdown. That's to let this piranha plant go down the pipe.
Yeah, because blind jumps, good design, right?
We get to say hi to Bruce once again, and bye to Bruce, and this time he's a little more friendly.
And I can't even kill him if I want. He's on fire.
Get ready on time.
When he touches the axe. Time.
Не, ну это хороший результат. Ice Storm, спасибо тебе большое за фоллоу, души от сердца, красавчик, молодец. Спасибо, что пользуешься нашими услугами.
Main category with original SMB1 physics, SMB1 physics. It's kind of a gauntlet, so glad I got through it under 40 minutes here. I'd like to shout out my commentators, Kate and Supersonic. Shout out my IRL friends and girlfriend, Pinkloon Games, and Raw Input, Milkopia, and obviously my community, my chat, and specifically Dark for inspiring me to play this, and Big John for being a huge part of the Lost Levels community. With that, I am.
Спасибо и тебе большое за фоллоу, дыши, Чатики. Спасибо, что пользуешься нашими услугами.
Thank you so much, Picante, for that awesome run of...
Так, ребятушки, значит, что у нас есть? Где эта хрень была вообще? Вот она. Из того, что, возможно, интересно. Секира в задницу не буду смотреть. Bloodborne тем более. Есть Katana Zero и Dead Cells. В принципе-то, да? Раны идут чуть-чуть совсем. Так и быть. Ну, Dead Cells я как бы знаю... Ой, Cadence of Hyrule. Это типа Inspired by Crypt of the Necrodancer и Legend of Zelda, да? Это вот эта вот хрень.
And with that, let's hand it on over to Spooty Biscuit for Cadence of Hyrule.
А, он еще и на таком играет. Ладно, давайте это чуть позже. Сначала Dead Cells. Ран достаточно коротенький, 12 минут идет. Еще и рейс между двумя чуваками. После чего Katana Zero. Я заодно и посмотрю, что за Katana Zero вообще, потому что много кто мне об этом говорил. Даже, наверное, на предыдущем стриме спрашивали, не хотел бы поспидранить Katana Zero, а я такой, типа, я не знаю, что это за игра. Погляжу, как X-меме бегает. Мне вот тоже Twitch советует посмотреть X-меме, поэтому я запущу его на соседнем мониторе.
So Dead Cells was run at another GDQ.
Он сотку бегает?
This will be the second time it's run. A little bit about me and Rhino. We are probably.
Блин, ну сотку я устану смотреть.
Wait, I think I'm having some remote issues. That's not mapped right.
What, RB?
Yeah, RB is opening my menu.
That's supposed to be, yeah. For me.
Are you just running off his control scheme?
His cloud sync. Check out all your controls if it's working.
Yeah. Controller.
I think yours should be default. Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It might be the controller picking up like as an Xbox one. I think that might be.
Кровавенькая игра, сюжет там точно жестокий. Ну, посмотрим. Сюжета мы на спидране не увидим.
I probably would not want to use one. I have never run with one.
Excellent.
Let me try it again. Maybe I'll relaunch the game real quick. I can't even change the boss cells. Yeah.
Ну вот. Опять у них там technical difficulties и прочая фигня.
All right, friends, it looks like we're ready. Once again, it is Dead Cells.
All right.
Hey, we're back.
All right.
All right.
Sorry about that difficulties. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
So
this
we're gonna
door?
start at the second door, and Church, you can give us a countdown.
Yep.
All right. Timer ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so what you're going to notice differently from this run is that it's significantly improved.
Подождите, я же правильно понимаю, что Dead Cells это тоже roguelike? Тут же тоже рандомно генерируемые уровни. Или это не здесь? Вроде здесь.
And what they're trying to do is be able to find the exit for this place, which will lead them to Promenade.
So one thing you'll notice, death orbs are back in this run. This is actually pretty new. Death orbs used to be tactics, but now they're on survival. So they've actually
А тут есть сиды
become a lot
все-таки?
more relevant in the run again.
Я не в курсе.
Yes.
Просто до этого раны, которые мы смотрели, были с рандомно генерируемыми уровнями.
So you'll notice they already start off with their death orbs and everything.
Все, понял.
They're running on custom mode right now, so they have all of their things already equipped and everything.
So what you see from the
Понял. Что-то я пропустил, видимо.
That'll make it so that you can actually go faster and be able to dash. The way you dash is you use use 2 triggers at the same time, and we will be donating for every wrong dash and wrong direction.
I think I already got like 5.
А в Dead Cells есть сюжет?
I definitely went a wrong direction.
So if you can go ahead and read off a donation, this is just a
Или это типа игра, придуманная специально для спидрана, как Криптозоник Роденсер?
Good luck to both my favorite speedrunners of all time, Rhino G and Rocky Boy.
То есть она типа коротенькая, там, ну типа, ну что это, 12 минут спидран.
Number 1 or 1 degree.
Thank you.
So now that they're heading towards the ramparts, there are one of 5 locations that they can currently be in. 3 is the most common, and back is, I believe, 50%. The first one would be 10, and second one would be 30%.
Actually, now we've discovered that there's a hint in ramparts that will tell us whether it's going to be in a tunnel or if it's going to be at the very end of the map. So, if I do see the hint, I'll try to point it out as quick as I can. But if I don't see it, then I'll be fortunate enough to just find it all the way at the end, the exit.
Actually, getting a scroll for survival because you need it for more
throughout
damage.
most of the run, we'll be wanting to pick up all the survival scrolls to make the run go faster as much as possible. Every other health scroll would be just optional. So far I haven't seen the hint.
Полное прохождение позволяет накопление плюшек, которые позволяют им идти дальше. Открывание новых шмоток. Открывание новых шмоток, и нужно пройти игру суммарно раз 6-7, при том, что изменится просто сложность и реплики босса. Но в этом и есть сюжетное продвижение как-то так. Ничего себе.
I don't know why when
if they get this right,
grabbing my mutations, it's glitching around a little bit.
This can actually be a very easy boss or a very hard boss, depending upon the patterns that they actually give. And this concierge is being very kind to them.
One thing you'll notice about these runs is that they're not using the head mutation to attach to the enemies to do damage. In the recent patch, they actually changed it so that when you take damage, the head returns to you, so you can't use it effectively anymore.
Rockstoom actually picking up a trinket that'll actually up his damage. Looks like it something like give him more health.
Yeah, it was a brutality amulet. So I got more health and damage on that one, which is alright. I'll have to worry less about, or I can tank more at least.
You could go ahead and read off another donation.
Sure thing. We have $50 from I the Hungry Panda. Let's go, Rockstoom!
Hey,
Flex!
Panda.
And to all you Rhino G fans out there, hey, it's currently lopsided with cheering, so you know what to do.
So you're noticing that he's actually taking a secret path up near the top.
Yeah, it's an intended skip. So you can only bring. You don't need both keys. There are 2 keys in this.
Блин, как сложно в этой игре смотреть за обоими экранами
I
сразу.
jumped over that one, and now I get to use the key.
And also because of the patch, you can't do the duplication glitch.
Yeah, we can't dupe keys anymore.
Oh, key duping, yeah.
Rest in peace, key dupe. And ice shards. But death orbs live again.
Ни хрена непонятно.
Heading towards the clock tower.
Но идут они очень близко друг к другу.
5 different towers?
There's 4 towers. One of them is exit, which we should already know most of the time. And we're just pretty much guessing where the key tower would be. So 1 and 3 and picking the right tower. This is definitely one of the run killers of the game. Usually you would reset if you don't get it on the first try. World record heavily relies on it getting it on the first try.
And the layout of these towers can be really awkward sometimes, so...
This is looking like a 3 tower, maybe.
Yeah, this is... Looks like a 3 tower setup. It's a really high tower.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, looks like they found the key. Now all they need to find is the exit.
That's not good.
Yeah, this can make or break a run. Whether it be you get a godly time in the first tower.
Слушайте, я бы что-нибудь прокомментировал по этому поводу. Точнее, вообще по этой игре. Но я ни хрена не понимаю, но смотрится это очень красиво. Сказал бы, что сам захотел поиграть, да что-то как-то не хочется.
Roxdoom actually finding the exit, and we're going to be doing a skip, hopefully.
There's no skip.
Yeah, they
patched
patched
that, so unfortunately.
You won't be seeing a skip, not that you saw it last time.
Oh, but they did.
Yep.
I remember
they actually patched it out.
So what they did was they made the whole boss room a trigger, so you can't skip this boss.
And if he gets lucky, he can one-cycle the boss, which he did.
Что это за оружие у него? Что это за черная дыра, которая летит вперед? Черная дыра, бензопила какая-то одновременно.
Managed to get unlucky. The boss would do a little bit of a cutscene, and it'd waste a whole bunch of time.
I literally went back and went to the other tower, and it was wrong.
So you went 3 towers?
What are we?
Runner getting a party in. Party.
Castle would be another run killer, so here you have plenty of things to worry about, which is the right path, wrong path, dying. Anything can happen in this area. But I picked up a fair amount of health scrolls, so I shouldn't worry too much. So long as I
you'll be fine.
Manage my health enough.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
The enemies in this level are pretty ruthless, so you have to be very careful with your movement and everything.
The amulet should make it pretty safe.
Yeah, I grabbed the amulet just to be sure.
Rhino-G getting a legendary amulet.
Как там написали недавно? Ничего не понятно, но очень интересно.
So in order to get out of this level, they need to find 2 keys, which are hidden behind these colored doors here. So they have to kill the mini-boss on the other side of it in order to get out.
Now, all Rhino-G has to do is find the exit.
I'm hoping it should be up here. Oh, all right. So I did get lucky on the right path.
Exit very quickly. And he is on to the last boss in the game.
Not a bad time, 7:45 reaching, 48.
Все понятно тем, кто в нее играет. И действительно. Сказал, как отрезал. Что это за чудовищный дэмэдж? А он еще говорит, что не повезло. Нифига себе.
Boss into a one cycle, but it didn't end up working.
Да сейчас что угодно к этому расизму можно привлечь.
Okay, so time actually coming up as soon as he
didn't go in his second
X's out of his head.
Time's coming up in
time.
This was a very bad in-game time for me. What? 9 minutes. So I went in the right tower, and I turned around halfway because I thought it was the wrong tower, and it was the right tower.
Oh. You doubted your
It's the curse.
Let's see if this unlock works here.
Oh my, the damage is poor.
Oh,
Looks
he
like
didn't even get it to
Rock's team will be getting
Very rough. Yeah.
hopefully a 2-cycle on the boss. It's really hard timing just to be able to get the 1 cycle.
These enemies are trolling me.
Oof.
Oh, that should be fine.
And unfortunate.
That sucks.
Alright, there you go.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright.
С дробовика с какого-то стреляет. Чувак против него с мечом, а он на него с этим, с дробовиком.
Alright, time.
That was awful. That was really
That wasn't that bad.
You guys did good.
Alright.
Somewhat.
I'll take it.
Alright. So, Church, any last words?
Did
Thanks
better than
for
I
everyone.
did.
Oh, did better.
Well, I'll take that.
We put in a lot of time.
I
I mean,
only
yeah.
play this with the Twitch integration, so I'm used to chat messing with me.
Me and Rhino ran this game for like a year, so, and we were, like I said, I think earlier, we're probably like the 2 most decorated any % world record holders. So it's really nice to come and show the game. My towers definitely did a pretty good number on me, as usual.
Так, Катана Zero. Ну, типа, этот спидран неправильный. В чем суть спидранить игру, когда у тебя топ-лут и все нужные способности, чтобы убить боссов всех. Вся разница прохождения просто кому повезет первым найти выход в локации с башнями, а по сути вряд ли бы нашел все это добро не смог собрать, разочарован что-то. Ну, это сидит, видимо, спидран. О, опять этот пухлый.
Today I'll be doing any % action only, which is just the speedrun mode. We're gonna have the stable seats put on, no slow-mo, because that's too slow, and
Хрена, что у него там за свечи на клавиатуре, как на печатной машинке.
Okay. So, Rhino G and Couch, you guys can introduce yourselves while I get started.
I'm Rocksteam. I just ran Dead Cells against Rhino 2 seconds ago.
I'm McDices. I was at homecoming earlier, but now I'm back here.
Он не пухлый, у него кость спидранерская.
Ran Dead Cells a year ago.
Хорошо.
Alright.
А что таймер не включили?
So, I guess a little bit about the run is pretty much if you're familiar with Hotline Miami, it's pretty much the same thing where you kill the enemies and then continue on to the next area. There are some precise movement, I would say, so that you can get a slight skip in, I guess, a sequence, I would say.
А, это было обучение?
Okay.
It happens.
It does. The shift is not working with me.
There we go.
Okay.
So the general idea here is what he was doing was he was luring the guy to the other laser so he can kill both at once while continuing to move. And stage cleared.
Okay, this shift is gonna bother me, but we're good.
It's not too bad later.
Hopefully.
Ну вот по шрифтам реально схоже с Hotline Miami.
Clearly, it's definitely gonna be the music.
И
All the
музыкой.
levels have really good soundtracks.
Oh yeah, all the soundtracks are really good.
And that's really kind of nails in the whole 2D Hotline Miami thing. But the Prism Sword as well, you could, if you're wondering what that does, you can see whenever he kills someone, it's very pretty.
Instead of all just gory and red.
Exactly. You need colors. You need blue, orange, green. See, there it is,
Yeah,
green.
Green and orange.
Good time.
Perfect timing.
Miami платформер, ну, по всей видимости, схоже.
Pre-recorded. Alright.
Я не пойму, вот у него ж... Что это вообще? Он убивает всех все подряд как-то... По вот этой вот анимации, что-то вот в разные стороны, до конца экрана что-то идет. Что это такое?
This is a really long room, so
yeah,
here is
dying at the end is just
pretty tough.
Yeah. But this way is much faster because he has all of them kind of on the back half after he throws it. There we go.
Здорово, пират.
Maybe it'll be nicer.
So one thing I wanted to point out is they actually came out with the speedrun mode for this game, which is just beautiful. It cuts out all pretty much the rewinds, and it cuts out a lot of the cutscenes, so we'll have a much more straightforward on the gameplay.
This section is mostly stealth. He just has to avoid the flashlight guards, but he's going to go for a little skip there. It says it failed, but then he goes in the next room and it's fine. That's the fastest version of that.
Faster. There is a fast one where you can.
Is there?
Yeah, you can YOLO and hope you get it. It's a very hard trick.
It is really precise. It's one of the precise tricks that I did not try to do.
Also, as a quick shameful thing, we forgot to mention Strong Terry.
Strong Terry.
Oh, rest in peace.
One of the guys there that we killed has a name, and he's like one of the only guys in this game who has a name. So I always feel bad to kill him.
So any of the guys with the big arms, they're called Strong Terry.
Да, как сказать, ну типа по стилистике мне не сильно напоминает это Hotline Miami, а вот именно такими оформлением шрифты и музыка очень сильно напоминают Hotline Miami.
Again, a lot of time lost will come down to dying at the end of long rooms, so.
Возможно, здесь просто графоний лучше. Если бы был бы такой же, как и в Hotline Miami, я бы, наверное, сказал, что да, действительно похоже. Умираешь быстро, убиваешь быстро.
So the prison level in this game is actually really easy in the speedrun because it's one of those casual levels that you get rewarded if you take the quote-unquote intended path. But in the speedrun, you just run. It's easy.
Yeah. So for this stage, I think we can put some donations in.
Yeah, definitely. Sure thing. We have $5 from Anonymous that says, yo. And that's it.
Yo.
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 Yo. Got time for one more?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We have $25 from U222 who says, good work.
Thanks.
You can do probably another one.
Sure.
Maybe two more even.
Yeah, probably two more.
Cool. All right. Especially if they all just say yo.
Yo.
Can we get some more?
Yo. We have $15 from Absolute Calm. Glad to see Rox and Rhino bring their Dead Cells rivalry. Love you both. Here's $15 for the flex.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do a flex.
Oof.
Так, что-то я внезапно начал засыпать прямо на кресле. Хотя время 7:30, блин.
It's like Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah. I haven't played that one in a long time.
But the mechanic of this room is he's going to be going through it. He has to stay with that minecart in order to progress through the level. If he loses it, you just can't continue, and then Zero Hero will get on his knees and start crying.
Yeah, pretty much.
А кто знает сюжетку в Katana Zero?
Let the carts do the work there.
The lasers. That's like a way better version of doing that than just crawling through.
Did we talk about the
I have my
prismatic?
crawl on bound.
What?
Did we talk about the prismatic sword?
A little bit, yeah, the colors.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
These things right here.
What color do you think's gonna come out next?
Pink.
Green.
Dude,
Pink.
it's gonna be
Pink.
It's gonna
orange.
be green.
Orange.
Blue.
Hello? I'll see.
It's pretty much just something.
Blue. Well,
That's green.
Teal. That's like teal.
That's,
yellow.
yeah, that's.
Oh, that's teal, yeah.
So the main goal of this section is every floor has its own card key for that major door. Going back into the actual story of this game, some Russian guy named V did cocaine with us in a car and then he ran away. So now we need to find him and learn what's happening. Which we'll be hitting that boss fight very soon, actually. It's a pretty good one. This one can get rather awkward because the second guy isn't there. It's really tough to get.
Кстати, Зивка, пока ты не сказал, что кровь разноцветная, я и не замечал, что на стенах кровь то, блин, голубая, то красная, то розовая. Зеленая, синяя. Что вообще?
Go. Very nice.
Oof. Oh, that was a rough room.
My favorite room is the next one.
Oh, I like the little Easter egg they have on that room.
Yep. It's a horror game, clearly. It's a sequel.
Yeah.
Also, this robot thanks us for sparing him, and then he'll blow up. He does not know love, so he just dies. It's unfortunate. The Quiet Hills.
I wonder what that's a reference to.
We'll never know.
They even give another hint later.
So there's two methods to this room. You have the yellow method, which he nailed.
Ooh, the fast method.
Wow.
Very nice.
Я до сих пор не понимаю, с чего он убивает этих людей. Это просто анимация такая или что? Или он там стреляет с чего-то?
Cube head or something like that, but not cube, like circle head.
Потому что вот у него типа в одной руке нож, в другой руке рука.
Going underneath on the bottom side, you can reflect all the bullets and like throw things. It works really well.
Would you like to explain the fast V fight?
Отбивает пули обратно в мобов.
Fast key.
The fast V fight.
Go.
Oh, fast V fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the upcoming boss or mini boss fight, this guy right here.
It's an intense fight.
It is.
Super intense.
You throw him on the floor and you beat him.
It's very precise.
I like the whoever figured this one out. Shout out to them. Almost 4, 5. That's the
perfect fight.
There you go. Wow.
Вот это fight.
So the moral is that you have to hit him 4 times, or otherwise it'll take something like 7 rounds, I believe.
Yeah.
Before it'll just automatically take you out of the fight.
The game's not totally cruel.
So obviously the fastest method is to hit him 4 times, but typically that's kind of hard in a casual play. Luckily they found that if you do a reset and you just crouch in the corner and you swing down, basically down on an angle, it'll knock him down, and then you can hit him right as he gets back up.
Вы это видели? Вы это видели?
Now V is back.
Swing down, basically down.
Ха!
Down on an angle, it'll knock him down, and then you can hit him right as he gets back up.
Resetting here is so rough.
Now V is back. We're in his mansion now. This is gonna be one of the longest levels in the game because it's like a 2-parter.
Oh yeah, it includes the motorcycle, I think.
But periodically V will come out of these rooms and he'll be trying to shoot us. He's pretty deadly actually if he gets a drop on you. I hate this room.
Same.
Yeah, this room is a little uncomfortable for me as well.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it's the worst room in the game. It's like beginning to amp up on difficulty for this game.
Yeah, I don't know why, but the guns in that room end up feeling just a little
Чё ж
too
русских-то сразу плохими
So if he
делают?
gets the fast version of this, he's going to possibly throw down the no. So if you get the grenade toss down there, you can blow up the entire thing, killing all the guys down there, but he still recovered nicely, so definitely props to that.
It's better than dying.
Definitely. Dying there is really bad.
Yeah.
See if I can get the cutscene skip.
Cutscenes.
Nah.
Oh, that's actually a pretty tight one.
So this is Mr. Kissy Face. He has a giant axe, and they took your katana. The whole goal is you need to hit him when he doesn't have his axe, and you get into a little. You have to hold down the mouse button to slice off his head. It's kind of like Thanos. One more. Good fight. And
that should be it. Yeah.
All right.
This is probably the coolest level in the game, quite frankly.
Yeah, but the helicopter portion is.
Это что? Терминатор 2 Judgment Day.
Very nice.
This is also, I want to explain that he just did a reset. The first time I watched that, it looked so spliced, but when you reset after it saves, it'll load you further up than you are. So if you see any like cutting of the game, that's what it is.
Sometimes you can hit those cones and
it saves you time. Yeah, it looks really spliced. I was like, what is that?
Like for all the YouTube like comments on like zero speed runs, like dude, this is so spliced in this area. No, you're just resetting it.
I never even thought of that, but that has to be like one of the most common things people say if they watch the whole run. Nice splice.
And it's especially prevalent during the fight coming up here because resetting gives you a better attack.
Yep.
Time for a really tough boss fight, phase 1. And that's phase 1.
There you go. Beautiful.
Oh no.
So the entire goal here is he needs to hit the helicopter with bullets 3 times. And then every other phase will get rockets that will fire at him, and he wants to make sure he doesn't get hit by these. You only get 1 shot. Normally in the game, you would have a slow motion kind of thing to dodge these. However, slow motion is slow. So he's just going to be doing his best.
You gotta save the frames.
One more. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Nice. I'll clap for that.
The third reflect normally gets me.
Yeah, the third one's like...
The third one's the hard one. You get the first one, and then the third one's the same, but somehow that one never works.
Awesome. Favorite song in the game right here. Chinatown's so good.
I think the whole soundtrack is good.
Yeah. Let's keep adding that in every level. Favorite song in the game. Yeah. But the thing with Chinatown is the main gimmick for this level, I believe, is that you needed to have learned how to reflect bullets, because if you don't, it won't go well for you. As you can see, he's getting a lot of bullet reflex to start off.
Ну да, на заднем плане даже чувак говорит, что типа нужно научиться отражать пули. Ты все-таки решил поспидранить Катана Зиру? Я решил посмотреть, что это за игра вообще. Привет, крокодил. Блин, капец, я сейчас усну. Что за хрень? Почему в 8 вечера мне спать хочется?
It's usually this one because there's just so many different things that can go wrong in it, and if one enemy gets out of line, it won't work.
If one enemy steps just a little too far, like too fast or anything.
Ooh.
Oh no.
You can't really reflect the shotgun guys, unfortunately. If you could, it'd be really cool, but...
I think, wasn't there a like specific distance if you ended up, you could reflect and like dash through the shot? I think it's like, it's pretty tight, but I think it's physically possible.
This is the coolest room in the game, because it comes so much
Сейчас
easier.
типа ложиться спать, или даже если я прямо сейчас во время стрима усну, тоже не круто.
It's like the most noticeable speedrun room that's like nice.
That room is actually so hard in casual play. People probably sit there for like an hour almost.
Now it's time for the dragon.
The real dragon? The cooler.
He is the dragon.
The cooler dragon. I still want that shirt. It says cooler dragon and...
I don't know who posted in the Discord, but someone posted like the dragon with like a really long neck. But the mechanic of the dragon here is that you'll notice there's like a bar above him whenever he does that dash. That dash will kill anything in its path. It goes really fast, so it's really powerful.
Это у меня, ребят.
The dragon also has like a really cool death sound.
Привет, Омега.
Very nice.
This room has a great setup.
Yeah, you drop down, alert all the guys, kill all of them in the first left door, and then once they come in, start wailing on them. And I think there's one more. There he is, perfect. And that's a good dragon section.
That was not bad.
Slaughterhouse is good.
So we got 3 more areas, I believe. Slaughterhouse.
Да не за что, крокодил.
Yes.
When you guys want to talk about that skip with the TV?
So that skip in that TV room, if you don't hit or dash at a certain point, if you don't dash at a certain point, the TV will turn on.
Почему игра не на японском? Потому что на русском.
That you can cut to skip
Видишь,
it
написано
anyways,
Go
but
по-русски.
it's easier if you can just get it.
And ultimately, you end up skipping is there's a sniper who can follow you throughout the level and aim at you.
I wanted to skip that.
You'll get a really bad boss fight.
Is he gonna go for that?
I'll say.
You can slide through those, what are those called?
Yeah.
I don't know what those are called.
Ты на ютубе стрим? Да, должен
You can
быть.
slide through all of them. Even getting into the third one
И на ютубе, и на ГГ, и на Твиче.
So, we went for like a little optimization there.
This is one of the worst rooms in the game.
This room is also,
Yeah, harder than it should be.
There's a couple rooms that are they're just not very optimal to kind of go through.
This is another one of those.
This one can be a little awkward there.
Ooh.
You have to play it pretty aggressive there to save the time, and if anything goes wrong, it's a little tight.
There we go.
No.
The Rickies are giving our bit of a problem right now. There we go.
I'm surprised.
It really kind of shows as well, like a lot of the time loss of this run is like once you die at the end of a room, you have to do it all over again, which...
So a good run really comes down to just not dying at the end of rooms.
That was good though.
If you die like early in a room, it's not that detrimental to your run.
So he gets it. Might be a few tries. There's a specific line that you have to dash through, and he got it on the 3rd try. That's good. There's one more. Very
Так,
nice.
где
So
микшер
there's
громкости,
cameras on the top
чтобы
of
я
the room,
убрал?
basically the angle down, and if you
Звуки
slide
стима.
over at a specific spot, it won't trigger the camera.
I could have just cut the cord there.
You can cut the cords like we said earlier, yeah.
And
But
this one
obviously,
is-
it's a little bit faster to just to dash.
After the
Now
bunker,
we're in
right?
bunker, yeah.
Да,
Bunker's like
Мега, у меня
the
типа
hardest.
еще 40 с чем-то человек.
So hard has part 1 and part 2.
ПКМ на значок
I
звука в
think
трейд. Да
bunker's
я
one of those
не
ones where if you
попал
don't get it
по
first
микшеру
try, then it
громкости.
becomes more difficult. Like
Обычно тыкаешь на вот колоночку вот эту
Like
вот,
once you throw the
и
room
самой
once, you just
верхней
kind of snowball that into a
кнопочкой
bunch of deaths probably. But if you get it
там
first
микшер
try, it goes much
громкости,
smoother.
а
That's good.
на десятке она
Yeah, we take these
предпоследняя.
elevators down to new rooms every time, then they'll kind of wait new challenges.
40, да. Ну написано 46 на ГГ, 7 на Твиче, в сумме
Do I
53.
have a few moments for some quick announcements? Yeah.
Yes, sure. Go.
All right, friends. Just so you know, the next run after this is the Super Punch-Out run, and we are 1,500
Ты
away
же
from
так себе
that.
сюжет
We definitely
заспойлеришь.
want to see that
Что-что, а
blindfolded
сюжет
race
точно не
between Hootie
заспойлерю.
and Zallard.
По спидрану,
Definitely
ага.
put your donations in towards that.
The best room in the bunker.
The easiest one thing.
Optimized move.
That was like frame perfect.
Not a single mess up dash.
А что такое, Омега? Ты сомневаешься в моей силушке богатырской или что?
Very nice.
Very clean. That's another room that if you just mess it up.
Like the 3 guys in the bottom left are never easy there.
Yeah. It's another room where you kind of have to go aggressive with it, and if you mess up, then it stinks.
The camera's always annoying because it'll like wait very long. Ooh.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
All right,
Так,
bunker part 2.
как там это сделать?
Final level of the game.
This is basically wrapping up the end of the game here. We're going down the staircase in this room, and it's actually
No,
pretty,
I didn't get the smoke.
it's pretty rough sometimes. Just a lot of difficult runs overall.
Не, ну это сложная игра.
You guys excited for the Punch-Out run?
Yeah.
I want to see that map, so be sure to get your donations for that, guys.
No.
Dude, Punch-Out's insane, man.
Blindfolded Punch-Out race is going to be in.
Why?
Dude, I watched the one at AGDQ.
В принципе, как и в Hotline Miami, потому что нужно смотреть в нужную сторону, куда стрелять, там, где отбивать.
They said it was a race, right? That's the incentive. Yeah.
That is a race between Zallard and Hootie. Do we have time for a few donations about that?
Absolutely.
All right. We have $10 from Pseudonymous.
Да что ж ты, пройди ты уже эту лестницу.
And $10 from Mouse Hi to the people waving in the front. Put this towards blindfolded Punch-Out. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, Zallard definitely a very top runner for Punch-Out.
Absolutely. The dude's
Love to
crazy.
see a nice race.
There we go.
What they
Наконец-то.
That room is never kind. It's so awkward going down the stairs. Also, I saw a note, he gets a gun here and he uses the best option by throwing it.
Yeah, that confused me the first
One of the most ironic things in the game, probably.
Like, at that point you think, oh, I get a gun finally, then you just
I
eat
was
it.
so confused about that. It's like he threw it.
I feel like doesn't the gun get stuck in them just like a knife would?
I think so.
I think it just gets awkwardly stuck in there.
Well, Zero's powerful, man.
He throws it with such momentum.
But yeah, we kind of go back to earlier, like if one of the rooms gets messed up, it's really hard to recover it. So we'll have to go a little bit here, see?
This room is probably the last.
Так, а
big
почему
one,
написано,
I think.
что
Yeah.
этот ран будет длиться 18:49, когда
boss of a
он
level,
уже длится
really.
21 минуту?
For the actual boss.
There's just so many enemies here, and again, if you just aggro one by accident, basically. it can
Они что,
completely
внутри
change
игровым
how the room
временем
plays
написали,
out.
что ли?
Time for the
Внезапно.
final boss?
В названии ролика.
Ironically, the easier one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I say that as something goes wrong.
So you have to hit her 3 times each section. That'll be 2. Very nice.
Estimate-то 25, а вот здесь написано
Phase 2,
18:49.
you have to give proper dialogue. It's all going to be scripted, so if you're going up in the left here, he'll jump towards the middle, slice up. With that, he'll be slicing the null age each time, and then the fight will start.
Beautiful, bro.
Да я не
And
переживаю.
time is when
When I walk into
the vault.
safe, yeah.
Mm.
Vault.
Ой, ё-моё.
And time.
Very nice.
That was a rough run.
Hey, you did great. It was 22.
22 on bunker.
Unfortunate on a lot of the end of the room death.
Yeah.
100%. It could have been better for sure.
Hey, you had a perfect prison.
Yeah, perfect prison. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Impressive.
I'd like to thank everyone for the donos, Rock for being couch, Ignisis, and Church. Thank you guys for being there. If you guys want to watch me run Katana Zero or Dead Cells, I will be streaming these most of the time. Anything else you guys would like to say?
You're a great runner.
All right.
Good
Thank
job.
you guys so much.
Let's get that punch out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Так, ну, конечно, жёстенькая игра, жёстенькая. Жёстенькая прям. Zelda 2, блин, Cadence of Hyrule. Я вот не знаю, насколько она интересная игра. Bloodstained. Marvel Spider-Man. Оу. За полчаса? Всего? Блин, 1,5 часа есть на Super Mario World, но я точно усну. Так, ладно, что такое Cadence of Hyrule? Я типа видел, что это за игра.
For the
Но
poor little
как-то
unfortunate Deku scrub who always wanted to be an
как-то
adventurer and
сложно
just never got the chance until now.
объяснить.
And thanks to all your wonderful, generous donations, I am going to be running the game on double time mode, which does exactly what it says on the tin. Everything is going to move twice as fast because, you know, we're all about speed here. We're all about going fast, so why not? Twice as fast, twice as scary. But, and yeah, I'm joined by, on the couch here, Rockley and Squega. They're going to be covering most of the commentary because I'm going to be in the focus most this
В общем-то, Legend of Zelda, соединенная с Crypt of the Necrodancer, где нужно двигаться в ритм. Это, я не знаю, то ли roguelike такая же, то ли нет, то ли да.
And we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Probably all wondering what Cadence to Hyrule is. So Cadence to Hyrule is a turn-based rhythm roguelike. And what that means is that, think of it like chess, except it moves in real time to the beat of the song so that every beat is a move, so everything around you moves. And since we're in double time, we're moving twice as fast. So you have the option to not actually move to the beat all the time, but everything you're fighting will move to the beat if you skip a beat. So it can get very hectic very quickly. One of the big differences between this game and Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is kind of its namesake, is that once you defeat an entire screen, you can go into fixed beat mode, which is kind of like the safe mode where you don't really have to go to the beat of the song.
And what he's doing right now, he's looking for a particular ring, and it's called the Ring of Risk, which gives him an extra damage when you're on low health. Well, guess what? Our poor Deku Scrub is always on low health.
Yeah,
so.
you'll note one heart in the top left. That will not change in the run. You cannot upgrade your health on this character. It's 1 heart, which means most things kill me in 1 hit.
And a couple screens ago, he unlocked the bomb shop, which includes a Goron locket, and there's our Ring of Risk.
Yeah,
very
so
easy get too.
Thankfully we got this. That spawns in like 95% of seeds, and it's whoops.
Oh,
missed a beat there. So yeah,
Okay.
there's a demonstration in case you were wondering if I really meant it when I say I die in 1 hit.
You might see a few of them tonight, I'm just saying.
But yeah, thankfully, when you die, you lose all your rupees and keys. Thankfully, we hadn't really collected money.
Я вот даже
at that
музыки не
point, so it's
слышу,
fine.
под которой он
And another thing is
двигается.
that
Они так много
you'll
говорят.
see as he goes through the run that death will cost you all of your temporary items. Fortunately, all we had was a ring, and we're just going to get that right back in a moment anyway.
We're kind of stuck on 1 damage now. As you can see, it's kind of a pain with Eves to be able to handle this on 1 damage. We do want to get that Ring of Risk as early as possible, so we will be refilling on that as soon as we can.
Those iron boots are really good to find. Those are going to be valuable for getting into certain places without needing to spend potions bomb boosting.
Yep, we'll see that in a minute. And this was the actual Lost Woods here.
And we pick up that marker that Spoody just touched, the Sheikah Stone. You can teleport to them as soon as we find the first major pickup item, which is going to be the loot. The loot's going to allow us to teleport, which Cadence has in this cave right here. So now we can teleport across the map to any Sheikah Stone we have touched.
Yep. We're going to get that Ring of Risk here, I believe.
Yeah, just a side trip to pick up the loot for an easy warp, and we're gonna get our Ring of Risk back. What makes this Risk Fountain here so important is that Ring of Risk is gonna respawn every time I kill a boss or die. So it's like how we reliably have 2 damage, which is absolutely necessary in the game. You can't really go super fast on 1 damage.
And as he navigates through the Lost Woods here, he's going to be collecting these diamonds, and the diamonds are going to help him buy potions a little later on. So if he does happen to take an accidental hit that would otherwise kill him, he can use the potion instead and keep going.
And there are 3 bottles on this entire map we can get. 3 empty bottles, and we can fill them up with either fairies or potions. Now, either with fairies, just like in any traditional Zelda game, when you die, you get to drink the potion, have the fairy, and you come back to life. So
Он еще на каком-то особенном персонаже играет, у которого только 1 хп, но еще какие приколы у него, я не знаю.
2 seconds. So, gotta be very careful. We have to have that safety, and just kind of stack as much damage as we can, and as much safety as possible.
Yep.
Okay, so we're looking for the beetle shops. I'm not seeing them, but there's always the beach house down here, which most of the bottles you get with diamonds, but this one you buy with rupees. And in the early stage of the run, before we have much safety, the rule is going to be if we have rupees, we spend them before we die. Because yeah, again, if you die, all those rupees go away, and that's bad.
And once we unlock Death Mountain, we will have a fairy cave in the back. It's actually a secret room. It has 3 fairies and a fountain, and we can actually catch them with the bottles in order to refill our potions very quickly.
Блин, я понимаю в криптозоне Некроденсера играть, допустим, на клавиатуре, как он до этого делал, но вот на таком вот типа джойстика, это вообще ужас.
So now we're in Death Mountain. We're trying to get back up, trying to actually unlock the Temple Storms up here.
Yeah, those iron boots I picked up earlier are gonna come in handy here.
He's gonna be clearing the screen here to make this a little quicker.
Yeah, just knocked her out here. Grab a couple diamonds too, which will be useful in the end game.
One thing to know is that a lot of the equipment you can get in this game is completely useless for Eves, because Eves has no arms. Eves can't use power gloves. Eves can't use hookshot or bow and arrow, so there's no use in picking any of that up. That looked like kind of fun.
Ooh, okay.
It's nice. So, Spoody's going to leave this on the floor. Any items that you get from a mini-boss you leave on the floor will persist. So he's going to keep them there when he needs them.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to those later.
And this is the Fairy Fountain secret room that we were talking about.
Yep. He's just going to sit here and...
Just, I only have the 1 bottle because I haven't found the beetle shops yet.
Yeah,
but
there's one that looks like a bee and another one...
Yeah, I think they're maybe on the west side of the world, so we're going to head back here and look for them. And yeah, we need those potions, like not just for safety, but there are some points in the run where I might need to damage boost. And obviously, bombs deal a heart and a half. And, you know, that's more than what Eves has.
But you don't have a heart and a half.
So if you're going to bomb boost, you need a potion.
Exactly. So we're on to Hylia Castle here. We're going to unlock another couple of Sheikah Stones as we pass through. And normally in story mode, you do want to, go in here, like you want to pass through Hylia Castle as soon as you find, you explore one side of the map. So you kind of pass through as an optimized route. For Eves, we're going to head to the other side. We actually see Kakariko Village over to our left.
Yeah, Kakariko is relevant in most categories, but not this one. As single character runs, you don't need to go into Kakariko and do the crypt. So you're not going to be seeing us do that dungeon here.
So a lot of new players have to actually figure out how to kill off the rogue spirit that's in that room. It's the one without a shadow, so you can always pick it every time you enter the room. You can bomb it, you can actually shoot it with the bow and arrow, and it'll trigger the fight.
Spoilers, Squigga.
Another use for iron boots that lets you walk on ice without sliding. So I'm gonna just take
advantage
of the fact that I have iron boots right now to again get into the front of Frozen Grotto without just get the first floor of Frozen Grotto without.
Я бы с радостью что-нибудь прокомментировал, но я пропустил все 6 минут, мне кажется.
In the game, you're trying to get one of the instruments from the boss, and to navigate through the dungeon, usually you have to do
Тут
2
что,
floors,
есть
which require 2 keys to unlock the doors. But we're going to be
Фредди?
doing a lot of
that bubbles go nuts.
And yeah, That bubble's
There is always one dev-intended skip to every single dungeon. However, there were a lot of skips that the community figured out how to do that they had to patch out, obviously. So, but we will not be fighting the boss immediately on most of our dungeons. If we have the opportunity, we might be doing some clearing. But what's going to happen in general is that every dungeon will be cleared out, and up until the boss, and then at the end, as soon as all dungeons are cleared, there's going to be one big boss rush at the end. And keys are another very important factor that you see Spoody picking up here. Hyrule Castle is the last level that requires keys. There are 3 locked doors in Hyrule Castle, and so at the end of your run, you need to have 3 keys. Otherwise, you have to clear out key rooms in Hyrule Castle, which is very, very costly in time.
Snowflake here. Nice job.
There are lots of keys inside on the overworld, so you can find keys as you pass through. There are ways to get more keys from shops and level 1 on every dungeon to be able to kind of stack up on keys and not have to do the expensive key rooms in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, it's worth noting, like, you'll notice that I got the boss key and then left. The reason for that is the game actually like respawns a bunch of enemies and ups the general difficulty of the game whenever you beat a boss. So given how hard Eves is in general, the meta is to get to the boss and then leave and wait until like all the bosses are ready to start actually killing them.
And there's ooh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, I lost my safety fairy there to that Lionel snipe. Where are the? Okay, there's one of the beetle shops up there. Oh, it's above the gauntlet.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. So the overworld and every single run in Cadence of Hyrule is randomized. So the screens may be the same. You might recognize
actually,
some of them.
We can do this. We can go grab the hovers now, and then one of the nice things about the hovers is you can walk across this gap here and get back to the fairy waterfall really easily.
And the floaty boots are actually very powerful. They're big in the meta for the game as well. They could be, if you cannot find the Goron Locket soon enough in many runs, you can actually substitute for the floaty boots, but you do have to be very careful because later on there is a skip in the Gerudo Ruins where you have to get across lava. Goron Locket lets you swim through it without taking damage. The floaties let you float over it, but if you die, then you go back to the beginning of the dungeon and you cannot go back over
this beetle shop is in such a bad spot. I have to go all the way around this wall. Okay, are they at least both back here? No, just the one. Okay, the other one must be in like the top right. Pretty bad overworld. Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
I don't know if we touched on it, but the overworld as a whole is randomly generated. So there's a lot of on-the-fly mapping. Something you saw me doing a little bit earlier on in the run was like trying to pause between the beats to read the map so that I don't waste time like missing opportunities to move. All right, so one bottle there. We actually need a potion shop. I don't think I've unlocked a potion shop yet. Yeah.
There's one in the mountains to the right.
There's one up, like straight up from here, so I'm just gonna go up to it.
That corner, pretty much.
So even though the overworld is randomized to Chemos, so there is a Beamos over there that's sitting in the overworld. Looks kind of odd. Normally you find them in the desert. If you kill it, you get a key.
I didn't need to buy that. Oh well. I could have just gone back to the fairy fountain, but yeah, we're gonna grab a key here, and then we need to find the last beetle shop. We're looking for the one. It's probably, yeah, I think it's probably up here. Yeah, there it is.
So even though the overworld is randomized, there are certain things you can expect. Is that Hylia Castle, for example, will always generally be in the center, maybe shifted to the left or the right a little bit. And typically you will want to check one side. You will typically see Kakariko on one side and then the desert or the Lost Woods on the other.
Okay, so we've got all of our safeties up here. We got all our bottles. We just need to fill them up now. There's one more fairy left in the fountain here, and then we're going to start clearing dungeons out. I got the hovers, which are absolutely necessary to be able to skip the first floor of Lost Swamp. If we don't find hovers, it's no big deal. The floor doesn't take too long, but it is a nice little time save to have it. Speaking of things that are not time saving, though, fairies move randomly, and you need them to move right in front of you to catch them. Sometimes they don't cooperate. There we go. Okay, so now that I have hovers, boots, like all the items in the
Я вот не пойму, тут уровни рандомные все-таки или нет?
Like have limited durability, and boots wear down as you walk, so we need to use them.
Как Криптов за некроденсери.
To get into Lost Swamp, that lets me skip the first floor. Oops. Okay, so key room here.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. As you can see,
I actually think we need that.
Oh yeah, actually, I need an empty bottle anyway, because I'm going to grab an anti-fairy here for a quick kill later on.
So an anti-fairy is, you see right there, if you touch them or attack them, they explode. But if they touch you, they heal you for half a heart. However, you can catch one inside of a bottle and then throw it at your enemy, which is pretty funny.
A Boots of Power swap there, that's just a +1 damage, so I'm dealing 3 damage for now.
We're actually going to see that a little later.
Exactly. That's actually a really valid boss strat in order to deal with the bomb fairy, or use the bomb fairy to do a quick kill later on.
Okay, cool. There we go. Oh yeah, I never got the seed spit. Seed spit's an optional. The Deku spit's an optional power up. I didn't get it. It's not really necessary in the run.
Every character gets 2 powers. And our little Deku Scrub doesn't get a whole lot. He gets the ability to burrow underground, which confuses enemies. And we'll see. We'll probably
we haven't been tested at all yet.
In Dark World, I'd imagine. Future Hyrule. And he's got
seen that on the Ganon fight. A lot.
Yep.
Тут есть Ganon.
Okay, so yeah, we've got one more dungeon to reach the end of, and then we're gonna start our boss rush. So yeah, I just gotta get to Gerudo Village here.
Good job on Cactus Skip.
Cactus Skip hype.
I didn't warp there. That's not valid cactus.
So that cactus you saw, that Sheikah Stone is right next to a prickly cactus. So if you warp there and you're not paying attention, if you hit left, you get hit by the cactus immediately. So that's a kind of a meme in the community right now.
Oh right, I need to actually get the Gorn Locket. I didn't get it yet.
That's a spicy.
And I'm actually a little short on money, so
Привет, Мугин. Что это за марафон? Это был GDQ-X, который шел с 27 по 30 сентября. Собственно говоря, сегодня ночью он закончился, там в районе 2 часов ночи. Точно не могу сказать. И я как бы решил посмотреть на стримчике то, что я, в принципе-то и пропустил, потому что все самое интересное было ночью.
Okay, so we got the last shovel, so we need to find a Freddy shop. There's one over there.
So in case you're wondering, there are some fixed areas where you can actually expect certain items. So in the desert, you can actually get a titanium dagger, and you can also get a glass shovel, as you saw, guaranteed. That's what you just grabbed there. So you can take that.
Странная на самом деле фигня, когда как бы GDQ были только 2 ивента зимой и летом, и какой-то вот в межсезонье еще один поставили.
Yeah, so I'm actually, like, I really only need to do this once for the Gorn Locket, but I'm going to do it an extra time just so I have money to buy potions for marathon safety. You know, want to make sure I am not taking chances.
That's a kind of a spicy scream there.
Yeah, these wolfos are being annoying. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to grab some extra money just so I can buy potions as much as I need to.
So wait a minute, Eve doesn't have arms. How's Eve digging?
Don't ask. There's a lot of things he can do despite the lack of arms that we don't really understand. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and buy a potion before I head in here.
Yeah, potions are pivotal to this kind of run. You need the safety, and there'll be many times that if we get a late death, we will take the time in order to farm the money.
I almost did it again.
Get potions. Yeah, I almost I farmed with the money, then almost didn't go buy the locket. All right, there we go.
That's one of the tricky things about this game. There are so many little details to remember to get it really fast.
A lot to keep track of for efficient routing.
On top of that, there's also memory mapping where you have to kind of know your map and your optimal routes based on a randomized layout.
Okay, so that broke the glass shovel, but that's fine. We're done using it for money farming. Oops, I missed a beat there and
I guess we're done with that too. Potion.
I believe that puts us at enough keys, I believe, right? We only have 2 more to clear out.
Yeah, we shouldn't need too many. We do want to find Fragorok in the future Hyrule dungeon at the end of the run. And those will require keys to grab.
Now, Fragorok is a weapon that we're going to require later. So, if any of you have beaten the game, you do know that the final Ganon fight will have both Link and Zelda in the fight that you can unfreeze and summon to help you fight. Unfortunately, they also share the same health as Eve's, but they do get their own weapons, sort of. If you find glass, wherever you find, you can.
Блин, я даже не прочитал, как босс называется.
And then there's certain items that you do get, weapons you can get that those characters will always get. Like
Flawless Victory, блин, как он его убил только что, ни хрена не понял. Ни хрена не понял, но очень интересно.
Grab another potion before the next boss just to be safe. I probably don't need it, but you know, this is why I grabbed the extra money. May as well put it to use.
We'll need it eventually.
Now, make sure you don't blink because these bosses kind of go kind of fast.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, oh, I never bought the bomb juice, so that's important. I thought I bought them in the Freddy shop, but I guess I didn't. It's fine. There were some here. And now, okay, so now we go ahead and equip the bomb juice. So something you can do for bosses, for a lot of bosses, is I'm actually going to swap here because those boots of power are about to break anyway. Oh wait, I never did this?
No, we haven't done this yet.
Okay.
A lot to keep track of.
Yeah,
There's a lot to keep track of here.
So this is actually going to be a little bit harder than it normally is because I've killed a boss. So there's a few extra enemies that are a little harder, but that was a good layout. So
very good layout.
That floor was pretty easy.
So confused, they just leap to their death.
Yeah,
that's the funniest thing.
Enemies just move randomly while you're burrowed, and so you can use that to your advantage. Whoa, that was
okay.
That was a little sketchy. We're gonna burrow for a little bit to try and, yeah, just get some space here. Okay, we should be able to. Oh, what? Ah, confusion. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Really well.
I'm amazed that one. Okay. I did not expect the bubble hit to inflict me with confusion there. Bubbles can do a lot of nasty stuff to you if they hit you. Okay, there we go. They can like drain your stamina, they can break random pieces of equipment, they can confuse you. All right, so there we go.
Shout out to bats in this game for actually telegraphing their moves before they hit you, because in the original Necrodancer, they just moved in a random direction. You didn't know.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna use bomb shoes here and send them in before we start the fight. And just like that, we're gonna take out 2 heads before the fight even really starts. We're just gonna take it cautiously here. And there we go, flawless victory. We'll check out the rupees.
Да, видимо, после окончания этого рана я все-таки стрим завершу.
Alright, so next boss, we're gonna do Go Maracas.
Very fine boss.
And yeah, if you guys want to collectively groan every time you see a boss name, I wouldn't blame you.
Что за бродмазер?
So yeah, we kill 1 cycle of the eggs just to make sure the arena doesn't get flooded. Those eggs eventually hatch into small Goma larvae, and they're really dangerous if you let them swarm. So yeah, just for safety, I kill 1 wave of eggs.
Не потому что там Чоми начал стримить, нет, потому что я из 18 минут 15 минут проспал только что.
The boss with the most RNG, he can teleport around the arena and kite you forever, so we're just not gonna let him do that. Okay, get ready.
Не знаю, что меня так рубит.
Blink and you miss it. So there's a bug that causes both those sources of explosive damage to be counted twice, and it just one-shots him, which is good because otherwise that boss is really RNG heavy. He teleports, like I said, he teleports around the arena randomly and has a whole bunch of different attacks he can do.
I recommend you play the game to hear the music because we heard like 2 beats of it, so.
Yes. Yeah, the music is great. Shout out to Danny Baranowski for his amazing job on this soundtrack. So yeah, we got all 4 instruments. And
Барановский тоже делал.
We have 4 keys actually, so we have more than enough keys to get through Hyrule Castle without having to deal with any key
А
rooms.
лосось месяца еще и вебку не подрубил.
Okay, so this is
Нет, ты что, если бы вы сейчас смотрели, как мне я тут носом клюю в пол или в стол, это вообще ужас.
If you remember when I got sniped by the Lionel earlier in the run and lost a potion, yeah, it's basically a common enemy has the ability to do that now. Kind of going the wrong way, but here's a map.
Здравствуй, Серк, еще раз.
So we really want a compass too.
Go up the right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So if you look at the mini map now, you can figure out where the exit is.
And we're gonna see another Dark Knight jump into his
just burrow, everything jumps into pits because they move randomly while you're burrowed.
So before we get to the final level of Hyrule Castle, there's always actually a marker. When you're on the 3rd level of Hyrule Castle, you will always see what looks like a Necrodancer, a cardboard cutout of the Necrodancer, and that's always by your boss room. So that's how you know you're going the right way.
Поспал от души. Вчера, правда, думал пораньше лечь, по итогу я лег где-то в 5 утра.
Sure, we'll go glass whale.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a whole lot of glass weapons. Of course, our poor little Deku Scrub can't use these glass weapons, but his friends can.
Oh wait, yeah, the portal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you just
I was trying to bomb the gargoyle there because it's in a really annoying spot. Let's burrow, dodge it.
There's our Necrodancer.
Ooh, yep, there he is.
Whoa.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a very dicey dungeon, especially on double time.
Okay, $100. Did we have a torture reflection this round? I'm trying to remember.
No, you got it on a bonus chest, so we didn't get one.
Okay. Actually, no, I want the battle shovel. Do I... there was... an extra ringer. The Ring of Risk's durability is low, so I'm... Okay.
Я Официально отказываюсь от пива.
Rings take damage on their durability whenever you take a hit. So, and that Ring of Risk was 2 hits from breaking, which means I could feasibly have that break in the middle of the fight, and that would be really, really bad. Octavo is nearly impossible to beat on 1 damage, so just topping up the Ring of Risk to be safe.
And also grabbing Greaves to get some extra armor so you can take at least maybe an extra hit or 2.
Yeah, the Greaves let me survive a Fireball hit, which is good because I don't have a Torch of Reflection to reflect the fireballs back. So, okay, this boss is really tough, so I need to focus.
Octavo.
My face fight here is going to be little bits of all the 4 bosses that we fought a little earlier while we're trying to do damage to...
Okay, good. No Gleok heads.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
the first 3 faces are going to be at 5 health. Octavo has 5 health, and the last face is going to have 6. So already up to next phase here.
We're just going to burrow through this. Okay, so I'm going to let him summon Wizrogues, because if there's 4 Wizrogues on screen, he can't summon any of the other enemies in the... Nope.
Ooh. That's okay.
Да мне и так с нервами все в порядке.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Yeah, the combo hit there, getting frozen and pushed back by Octavos. Okay, so now he can't spawn the base Guitarmos Knights because there's 4 Wizrogues on the field. Okay, I kind of want to...
Okay. Of course, the problem with that is that there's 4 Wizrogues on the field. We don't have a heart.
Oh, boy, this is sketchy.
This is very sketch.
Okay,
oh, we got it.
I was out of potions, too, so
man.
I get hit and I die.
Oh, wow. That's hard enough to do in normal beat, you know, like not even double time.
Okay, so yeah, we're coming up on the end of the run here. This is
That's where all the diamonds go, by the way. You collect the diamonds, you can get more potions here.
So we got 4 more floors to go through here.
Yeah, this is the hardest dungeon in the game here. This is Future Hyrule. It mashes up like all of the dungeons up to this point. It's really chaotic, as you just saw, like the gargoyles sniping a bomb fairy there. There's so much you have to watch out for in here.
Shout out to Danny Baranowski for the awesome soundtrack. Holy cow.
Yeah, it can't be said enough. Oh,
wow.
See, there's the... Yeah. That's what I'm talking about with the bowmen. They're super dangerous. Especially these black ones. They have 5 health, and no amount of armor is going to keep them from costing me a potion. So I still have 2 potions. Okay, we're still in good shape right now. So I'm going to be using bombs whenever I want to fight something without approaching it too directly.
So you're always looking, in Dark World here, you're always looking for a room that has a lock.
I want to kill this Wizrogue.
Just like that. You always find a mini-boss. And very often it can be right next to your starting room. We were very unfortunate to not have it be by the starting room. But there is a, you can typically dig around where you start on any level in Dark World and be able to find, have a good chance of finding it.
Man, these paired ball and chain guards can be really annoying because the chain does limit how far they can move.
Это соединенный Legend of Zelda и Crypt of the Necrodancer. Но Crypt of the Necrodancer я играл на стриме.
Coax this ball and chain guard somewhere where I can find him a little more easily, and he's having none of it. Okay,
Legend of Zelda, я думаю, и так знаешь, что это такое.
Okay, that's not the weapon we're looking for.
Yeah, we're also looking for the Fraggle Rock at this point, weapons for Link. So it's going to help a lot because you have glass. What happens, unfortunately, is there's a bug in the game right now where if you only have glass weapons and your other 2 characters, Link and Zelda, have only glass weapons, if their weapon breaks during the fight, they have no other weapons.
Здесь, кстати говоря, будут Link и Zelda.
Ooh. These are some very unfortunate layouts.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna grab the extra key here.
Can we get some sour please in chat? Also in the audience here, if you guys want to dance along.
Whoa. Okay.
Ooh, Black Rider.
Эксклюзив для Nintendo
For that gold
Switch.
chest to keep looking for that backup weapon for Link.
Now, we are going to be using Link exclusively as the other character in the final fights because Zelda gets a move called Neighbor's Love. And Neighbor's Love, you activate it, you not only reflect the attack, back to the attacker, but you're protected from any damage. However, whenever you activate that particular move, if Eves is burrowed, he will then be above ground. So with that, you're going to be fighting a lot of the fight with Link, and you don't want Eves to ever really show up for the fight. He wants to just stay underground and not have to, be there to take hits.
These Zora fireballs are scaring me.
Oh, man.
Anything diagonal scares me in this game.
With the fireballs especially, because if the fireball lights an enemy on fire and the enemy's next to you, well, guess what? You get lit on fire too the next turn.
Yeah, burn damage spreads to nearby enemies or to you. It's really dangerous.
It's an easy way to lose a heart of health, which is obviously an instant kill for Eves here, regardless of armor.
Awful. All right, there we go. Battle Shovel coming in handy there. You don't see much use.
Yes, the Battle Shovel gives you a +2 damage when you dig a wall and you attack anything immediately after. So that's what we're making a lot of use here of.
So final floor here, of course, we have to go all the way to the other corner.
I'm playing it safe and killing this Wizrobe. Wizrobes can destroy walls with their attacks, and there are oftentimes small rooms can completely consist.
А я еще хотел Marvel Spider-Man, блин, посмотреть. Конечно.
Approach now. Maybe I'll try approaching from this side instead.
Man, I'm just like enthralled right now, having a hard time just like coming up with things to say.
Yeah, these swarms are so bad.
All I want to say is don't get hit.
And you see a lot of these type of swarms in future Hyrule as well. We got Black Rider coming in.
That Rider's. Whoa!
Wow.
Oh, my Ring of Risk broke. I'm on 1 damage.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now this is really Spooktown.
Yeah, we're down to 1 damage, and it is very hard to be able to clear out Dark World with just 1 damage. Now, since we're on the final level, we're going to just try to clench it out.
Last potion.
Okay.
Got it.
Ooh.
Okay. That one again. If I took another hit there, I'd die and have to do all 4 floors again. And those floors regenerate every time you die, so I wouldn't know where I'm going. It would be blind.
You know, now sounds like a good time for potions.
Yeah, good time for donations while I restock on potions before the Ganon fight.
Absolutely. We have a $10 donation from Dash2 that says, "Hey Spooty, I want to thank you and the awesome Cadence of Hyrule speedrun community for inspiring me to run this game. Good luck with the run and watch out for those black Tektites."
В кровать, что ли, прям идти, я хрен его знает. В кровать лягу и не усну.
Do you care to demonstrate, Spooty?
Yeah, black Tektites, Tektites move diagonally, and they have a movement cycle of moving twice in a row and then pausing for a beat, which is very different from most enemies, and it's so hard to read, and they kill me all the time.
I think there's only 2 enemies that move like that in the entire game.
Yeah, that and White Dyras, which we also had the fortune of not seeing.
Yeah, thank goodness.
White Dyras can only spawn in the future Hyrule Dungeon, and they're terrifying. Okay, I think we are good to go, though. So this is Ganon, this is gonna be sketchy. The Ganon fight is the hardest part of the run. They really made sure the end of the run is a nail-biter.
Yep. Poor Octavo, he didn't make it.
Yeah.
So once again, we're gonna bring Link out. Link only has 1 heart as well. So once Link is out, ooh.
Okay, that's fine. We didn't lose a potion.
We're gonna. Oh, man, that's good.
That was the glass torch breaking, not my glass flail.
Good.
Ooh, Mr. Beat.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's fine.
And we have to be very careful because a lot of enemies do spawn that you can actually get sarcophagi that spawn, which also spawn additional enemies, and they can also spawn a lot of additional enemies that move every beat.
Did you get a hit on that?
No, I didn't get a hit on that.
I thought the Lionel might have gotten him.
Okay, there. The Wizrobe got a hit.
We're phase 2, by the way, I believe. No, we're still phase 2, yeah.
Phase 2 introduces mini bosses and some harder enemies. And some
let's
weird
move Reeves a little closer to center. Oh, did that hit a little too early? It did it too early again. So yeah, the strat in phase 2, because it's just so much harder, is to just keep Ease burrowed until Link breaks the shield. Oh, I actually rolled out. That is bad.
This is now spicy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just one more hit. Спеши, ни хрена не делаешь, тоже спать хочется.
Double hit.
Flails are really hard to deal with on the Ganon fight as well, so we're gonna be very careful with that.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, final phase. Got to get both Link and Zelda unlocked, get them on the Triforce, and end the run.
Okay, this Dark Nut.
2 Dark Nuts now.
Okay. All right, so now we just burrow Link, burrow Eves there. Okay.
All right. Time is when all 3
and time.
Bringing down the beam.
Shout out to Tic Tac Fo for that one.
Okay.
Good run.
Yeah, wow. That was, so yeah, I just want to say a couple quick words. Back when this game first came out and I did my first run of Eves without the double time, it took like 300 deaths. Like Octavo and Ganon took me like several hours apiece, and I kind of said to myself, I don't know if I can, like I originally wanted to come in here and do what I did with Necrodancer and do the hardest category the game had to offer. And like do Eve's double time permadeath mode, and when Eve's took so many hours and so many deaths, I was like, I don't think it's possible, I don't think I can do it. And fast forward to now where I'm doing Eve's double time on stage in 30 minutes, like what was the in-game time? 30 minutes and 60, just barely missed the sub 30 in-game time. And yeah, similarly in Necrodancer, like Coda, who you've seen me run Necrodancer and run Coda, who is like considered an impossible character by the devs. Like they didn't think anyone could beat him, and then I beat her on stage in a marathon. And I think it really just goes to show you that, you know, in the case of Eves here, when I was telling myself it was impossible, that a lot of times what you think might be impossible, like people might tell you something is impossible, you might even be the one telling yourself something is impossible. But sometimes what might seem impossible is a lot more within reach than you might think. So if anyone else wants to try running this game, it doesn't even have to be, you know, as insane a category as Eve's double time. We have a really open, supportive community who is more than willing to help walk new players through the ropes. We've got the Necrodancer Discord, which is also the Cadence of Hyrule Discord. We've got a very active racing league for like the story mode categories, which, believe me, are a lot easier than what you just saw. They're very accessible. I highly encourage anyone who's interested in picking this game up to try it out. And also huge thanks to Ryan Clark. He actually flew me out to help test this while it was in development and help balance it for speedrunning. There's not too many devs that will go to that length to make sure their games are
Переводи хоть хотя бы на Магнитогорский. Не, но из того, что он сказал, что типа я когда-то спидранил крипту за Necrodancer на этой же сцене и играл на персонаже Кода, который даже при выборе персонажа написано, что он probably impossible. Сейчас я играю на вот этом персонаже, который примерно в равной мере настолько же probably impossible.
Well, before you go, Spooty, speaking of supportive community, we have a $500 donation from the Condor League that says, hey, Spooty, best of luck to you, and thanks again for representing our community so well. Hoot hoot, love from Alexis, Asher, Autoclaves, Cancel.
Ладно, короче, понятно. И то, что, типа, он такое, говорю, философскую фразу сказал, что, типа, если вы думаете, если даже вы говорите сами себе, что это невозможно, скорее всего, это гораздо проще достичь, чем вы сами думаете. Как-то так. Ладно, где я там есть? Вот, ребят, короче, меня что-то в 8 вечера, уже 8:30 рубит, капец, не знаю почему. Спасибо всем за внимание. Увидимся на следующем стримчике, не знаю, когда он будет. Короче, как будет, так будет. Заходите там в Дискордик, присоединяйтесь, там анонсики бывают и прочая фигня. Что на следующем стриме будет, я не знаю, может даже что-то по спидраню сам в конце концов. Вот, а поэтому пока кружечку за вас. Спасибо, что смотрели. И увидимся на следующем стримчике, ребят. Всем пока.